That boy ain't got no sense. He got an F in here. Right. I seen the grade book. You know what I'm saying? Like, online in high school football and NIL in college football. You know what I'm saying? It changed the whole game. You know what I mean? How was school today? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, man. Here we go. We back with another episode, man, of the Coach Tmo Show, man. I'm Coach C.
Yes, sir.
And as usual, man, the one and only Coach Tmo.
Thank you for pulling up.
Yeah, so we talk off camera and everything and like that offline. We've got potential breaking news as far as what the state may come up with as far as transfers and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
What are they talking about?
So, I think they had a meeting, I want to say that was like the first week in January. They had a meeting, they had to go up there, and they were talking about the whole open division, how they're going to work the whole open division thing out when it comes to terms of what teams go, what the qualifications. I know one of them was a team had to win a state championship in the last 10 years to even qualify to go to the open division. Mm-hmm. So if you ain't win state in the last 10 years, you're not even qualified to even go. So that was one of the things. I think they said that they're going to go with the Mass Prep rankings only, not the state rankings, which I never knew. It was a difference. I thought it was state took Mass Prep or whatever, but I guess it's a difference. So they're going to go with Mass Prep rankings only. In terms of that, also they're going to use some type of human element to that. Mm-hmm. So say, for example, a team like St. Thomas or a team like that who plays a national schedule. If that team plays a national schedule, they lose. They may have like a 7-3 record, right? But they play a national schedule. That human element will go in to placing them in the top 8, top 10, whatever the number is.
7-3 going against national team, they the same.
Right, 7-3 going against or 8-2, 9-1 going against a regular, in-state opponent. So that's why you have some of those teams now. I think you see recently, even with West Boca, they're trying to schedule some out-of-state games and First Academy and stuff like that because they're gonna help them with the open division ranking. Even if they lose that game, it'll help them with the open division ranking based on how that game looks. So that's what the human element too, taking the point spreads and all that kind of stuff, how big the gap margin was. So that was one thing though.
So like the First Academy ain't gonna be able to be into the open division. They ain't got no state championship.
They didn't get back into district.
They ain't let them in. They ain't let them in? No, they ain't let them in this year.
Even this year too? I remember last year.
I'm saying, but they ain't got no state championship in the
last year. So they won't even get in open division. Right.
But does the human element come and say
put them in?
Right.
So that's a good point. So because technically, based on the last 10 years, they wouldn't get in. You're right. So I don't know how they do that. But yeah, so that's that. And you got some teams that's borderline too, like that may have not won a state championship in the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? That kind of was close and stuff like that. But they said the human element with that. But so that's a situation there with that one. For as my source as well, he did tell me about the situation with online. It's some stuff it's some language finna come down about the online stuff. So that's gonna be very tricky to see how they play that because now it's gonna come down to you won't be able just to go online and you stay over here, but you go play ball all the way over there type deal. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, it used to be if I went online, whatever my address says, wherever I live at, wherever my zone, I got to play for that zone school. I think it's going to be, I don't know this for a fact until they actually put it out, but I think it's going to be something similar to that. But based on what they were saying that the state is kind of like just, kind of got their hands tied with this online thing. Cause they're associating a lot of the people who are leaving going independent to the online. So that's what they're saying. That's the only thing that's like in their mind. That's the problem why teams are, running. That's the only thing why teams are running to independent is because of the online movement that's been taken off. Because kids are being online and playing in other counties or playing across towns, whatever they are doing. So, but they say it's supposed to be something coming down the pipe it's on the same floor or the same bill as the increase in the coaches' pay. So whenever they meet on all that stuff,
I think sometime in this month, I think
it should be coming up. Yeah. So I think then and that bill about the online thing is on that same floor, and it's a lot of stuff with that too, because it's like even not just online, but kids transferring more than one time. I think it was a sit out period. It's all kind of stuff, man. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting. Like, you know, do I love the online thing? I don't know. I guess I'm indifferent. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't love it or whatever. But if you're allowed to do it, you're allowed to do it. That's how I
Yeah.
feel. Like, hey, if it ain't against the rules. It is what it is. You know.
Yeah, but it's tricky too because you could say that, like, you know, because I'm on the same level as you with that. I just think the court thing, man, because this when a person was telling me this about all of this, my first thing I was thinking like, well, wasn't it a court or something with the governor saying this? You know, it was something with that. You know what I'm saying, that allowed them to even do that with the online thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you try to sit a kid out because he's doing it, and through the state you can do this, like, and they get kind of tricky when it comes to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, COVID started it all. You know what I'm saying? Because of kids now, you know, you started with what we had like a couple months where everybody was just out of school. We had a couple months where everybody was out of school, and then they brought people back in, but some people still had some teachers still doing online and everything like that. Or they were doing both. They had kids in the classroom and virtual or whatever. So I think, and then Florida virtual school just in general started to pick up. And so those sort of, I guess, to appease those schools and still like make it look official, like, well, that is still a school. Now we want those kids to get some benefits of being in school.
Okay.
So we allow them to play sports, allow them to do whatever, allow them to do, but you know, I don't know. Niggas ain't COVID no more apparently, I don't know.
And I also know it's a football focus because the kids who's online and playing ball here and there, and it's basketball, whether it's baseball, people don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Right. The football piece people talk about. You know what I mean? Because
money maker,
right? Because that could change a whole, I guess, a program pathway to a state championship or success. But like I said, again, it's gonna get tricky. So whenever they come out with this information and drop this information out, I think it's really going to be tricky because it is going to be some things tied behind that. You know what I'm saying? Because people are going to fight, especially people who got the online schools, like the Jerry's and people like that who got the online schools. That's a money maker for them too. So if you come out and stop this, then you messing with my money as well. And so now those people got enough money. I think Jerry got like if I'm wrong with this, I think he get like $8,000 a kid. I'm just saying from a rumor, what I'm hearing. It could be even less, could be more. But he get like $8,000 a kid. So if I'm getting 8,000 kids, think about all the kids that Jerry has.
Right.
So when I come out, or you come out and tell me my kids can't play in a game,
right?
You see what I'm saying? This could be this could be an issue, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because you would figure they at least got to say in your zone, like, okay, like you got to stay in your zone, whatever your address is. There, like that should be the minimum. Okay, you can go to online school, but your zone for Palm Beach Lakes, you got to go there. You can't go to West.
But I think that will put a whole, not a whole stop, but it affect Jerry kids a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the whole dynamic or the whole situation. I know it's an academic piece, but the whole movement of kids doing that because I get to go to Jerry and play wherever. You know what I'm saying? Type deal. You know what I'm saying? So I think, and then he also give guidance to where you should go and stuff like that. But it's gonna be interesting, bro, when they come out with that language of what can happen, what can't happen. Because I think they're ultimately gonna put it back on the county. I think that's kind of how they get themselves out of it.
Right.
They'll say this is what it is, but county, you can do it how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna be a thing too. I think our county person is really gonna she gonna really go after that situation. You know what I mean? She gonna go with the situation of, oh no, you stay here, you go here. You know, so she ain't gonna be like, all right, some kids can do this. It's gonna be.
I mean,
this is it.
I mean, even with that, I mean, I think the people are gonna have to go back to how they used to do it. Is go get your auntie address or go get you somebody else's address. Right. But you know that builds character.
Even with that though, they got some. They got some stuff now at the district too. Even with that. Yeah. For what this is going all the way back. When we was at Central and places like that, like they can.
If I got two properties.
Yeah,
one is,
I think so. I think they got something, bro. Like
you can't tell me I got two properties.
I think listen, boy, they are looking at the neighboring state in Georgia, how they got some sort of control over this thing, man. And
but my kids stay with their auntie.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't think so.
You can't tell me my kids don't stay
no
money.
more. And then they gotta go to the courthouse, and you gotta get that over
Oh,
with.
you gotta get the paperwork.
Ain't no more child support from him no more, cause but he stay on the auntie. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they gonna get crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
well, you throw that child support.
Oh my God, child support,
Yeah.
boy, child support gonna stop.
Yeah, the mama's gonna fight
And
that.
listen, boy, and the baby daddy's gonna be looking at that. Boy,
They gonna
listen,
please.
all right, you gonna put him up, grandma, if you want to. We going to court for real. I'm telling you now. Hey, it's some.
That's true.
It's some stuff.
It's funny, but that's a real thing. Though. It's funny,
It's
but it's a real thing.
It's
Right.
some stuff with that, bro. It ain't gonna be just like how it is no more. But I think they're looking at the neighboring state, man, and how they got some control of what they're doing and how they're doing it. You know, Georgia do a really good job of policing that thing and stuff like that. You know, what's going on in our state, you know what I'm saying? It's getting crazy, man. I know you've been seeing what's the program? Venice. They having a hard time with the burner stuff up there. Go to Peacock. Boy, listen here, boy, that thing is serious. They got video recordings and oh my God, it's crazy on Twitter right now.
Listen, man, coaches, I understand that, you know, things are a lot more lax right now. But that doesn't mean just go out there and just do stuff with
It's crazy, bro.
Like,
it's crazy, bro.
Just don't go out there and do stuff with man.
Armadale coach, man, with the Jit talking about what school he gonna choose, and they put the bulldog, and people screenshot that and say, "Oh my God, bro, it's crazy."
People recording you.
They watching.
People watching. They recording you. They taking screenshots. They recording your voice.
Oh my God,
they doing all these things. Don't just.
And they don't even know because I seen Peacock came out. Venice code like, man, that's AI, man. So you even know it, he hardly even tell
try,
because it's a black screen and you just hear a voice. So unless you know the person's
he can get
voice,
away with that. Yeah, he get away with that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know the person's voice like that.
Yeah, because nobody gonna go through a real voice recognition and you know what I'm saying, do all that kind of stuff.
Dog. It's crazy the AI thing too. What's true and what's not true.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean, coaches, when you get caught, it's AI. That wasn't you. That AI. AI did.
Yeah, AI.
That wasn't me. I only talk like that.
You're right. I don't even know that kind of stuff. Because I seen the thing with Rick Ross was doing a little dancing.
Oh yeah.
They said they want Rick Ross. Look just like Rick Ross, man.
AI too crazy, man. That's a whole nother conversation. AI too is just too. Because you don't know what's real and what's fake.
Yeah, because that what Peacock said from he said that was AI. He said that wasn't him.
So, I get it. I mean, that's what you're supposed to say.
Yeah,
that's what you're supposed to say. It wasn't me. I don't even got that in my phone number. I don't know
what he said. He said it was AI.
But yeah, now if they take away the chance as far as if you're going to homeschool and everything like that, you gotta. I would love to to read the language. How exactly is it going to be put? They're going to say you can't play at all, or you got to go to your homeschool.
Yeah, because they're gonna find a loophole.
Or you got to, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't say that because
they come out with stuff every 2 years.
Because
it's a loophole.
Yeah, because COVID isn't a big thing now, but it's still enough where you could I'm gonna sue you because COVID,
right?
Whatever.
You still get
sick.
I
still seen somebody wearing a mask the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. So you can still kind of stay.
Yeah,
or you could, I feel the education
is better.
It's better at homeschool, and now
but the athletics is better over here. So why?
But now you're gonna say my son shouldn't be allowed to play football anymore, or allowed to play sports anymore, or whatever. Like, which is off topic, on topic. Like, do homeschool kids, do they go to like homecoming and prom stuff like that? Like, do they use it?
Not in school. You know what I mean?
Can you go to a school and say, "Let me buy a prom ticket"? And they go. You know
that makes sense. And then it's tricky too for a lot of stuff, man. Because you can say, okay, academically, I want my child to go to this school because this school is better academically, right? It's gonna get to a point because again, you know, whatever is riding on this situation of athletic, they can say the same thing. Okay, well, why are you forcing my child to go to school there when the athletics are like it's poor? You know what I mean? Or I could, you know what I'm saying? Instead of putting my child here to a poor, system or structure, I want him in a strong structure academically and a strong structure athletically. And for you to kind of hold my child, for him to be successful at it, let me sue you for this. You know what I mean? So it's like so much stuff, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, listen, they got a job to do up there. That ain't easy, bro. Like, it's a lot. I don't think it's all online. It's why teams going independent. I think there's other things with that as well. But I think the state, from what the person was telling me, the state is looking at online as the source of why teams are running to the independent thing.
Yeah, it's not before. Like we said this before, but it's in a year from now they're gonna go and complain about the state, the independent. They're gonna find something wrong with the independent, and they're gonna start complaining. And then what happened is people in the independent, they're gonna start listening to people, and then they're gonna start making changes, and then half the team's gonna like the changes, the other half ain't gonna like the changes, and then you're gonna
Someone come back to it.
Yeah, like it just.
But like we said before, you know what I'm saying, and like right now with college football, right? So college football, the reason why they're upset about the system they have in place right now, because every year a team is a player is a free agent,
right?
Right. You can't. It's nothing to locking that player in to your program. Like it's nothing, right? You see this in the Minson situation right now with with Duke. You know what I'm saying? Like he just signed that deal 2 weeks ago in Miami already. Or they say Miami. Yeah. Already pulled him out. So I think the same thing with independent and the state thing. It's nothing locking them in. So like right now, a team can say, okay, well next year we're going back to the state, and they're allowed to do it. Yeah. So I'm like no, like give us some sense of structure in what we're doing, because okay, if that team go independent, that's fine. Go independent. Right. But set a time. Okay, you will go independent for the next 4 years. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about earlier, see that freshman class all the way through. Don't just do it this year and then jump back in there because you feel like you got something this year. You see what I'm saying? You're going back and forth like that. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to do that. That's the first thing we said. And the second thing we said was make all their programs go independent. Everybody, right. Don't just say they football going independent because they can't compete. But they get all these kids in basketball. Right. They get all these kids in soccer. They get all these kids in baseball. What about those programs? And that's kind of what I'm saying when, like, that's what makes it unfair, because you're only doing this for this sport, but you're not doing this for these other sports. You see what I'm saying? So for me, two things. Get them a contract that they got to do it for a certain period of time. In the state, you cannot accept them until their contract is up at independent. So independent and state, y'all get on one accord. Right. To say, okay, this team has a contract with us for the next 3 to 4 years, right? Because we make X amount of money off this team, which it does, because if you go to the state series, the state make money. You see what I'm saying? So you make a money. I don't want to, in order for you to buy this team out, you have to pay the state. You see what I'm saying? That's 100% what they should do. You know what I'm trying to say? So at the end of the day, so okay, if you want this team back, state, you got to buy this team out from it, because this team making annually this for us, right? So you buy them out, you get that team back. But and the same thing with independent should have to do. These teams just jumping in there like that, state losing money. Right. So some of these teams, independent, you have to come think about Hollandale. You made money for them. What other team that won? Beline Jesuit over the years. Yeah, no. You know what I mean? Somerset made some last year. Somerset went to the playoff, at least first round. Kings Academy been making some. How many times Kings Academy been to the playoffs? I definitely was this state like, nah, y'all got to pay me for them. You got to pay you got to pay me for to get Kings Academy. Kings Academy, you better pay me. I'm not just letting you out. You got to pay out. You know, you got to pay out because what you have made for us. You know what I'm saying? So I think, and then you go down there, then that contract, now you with them for the next 4 years. Yep. Right. And then you with them for the next 4 years, and then you're able to come back based off a negotiation, come back to the state. But this back and forth every single year, it's crazy to me. Because guess what? Kings can go on a run and get some kids in there over the next, 2-3 years. Yeah. Not even just that, coach, over the next 5 or 6 months. Right, yeah, they could. Yeah. Kids can go into Kings Academy. Yeah, and now you got a roster can compete in a 3A. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're going to go back into the state now again? You know what I mean? And a lot of parents are complaining. Now, it's one thing I am hearing. I just left the Elite 11 down there with Julian. And I just left the Nike opening. So, you know, I'm sitting up in the stands with parents. I'm not on the field. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the kids from up in the stands, our kids. And, you know, that's the conversation. To a lot of these independent coaches, parents, stuff like that, that's the conversation they're having. Like, hey, man, like, this ain't going to work. Like, my son playing against this and my son playing against that. This ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be some tough conversations had. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do think, like, just the inconsistency part, 'cause that's a whole nother conversation about that, but the inconsistency part, I really think they should have some like come together, you know what I mean, and make it one, because right now you're trying to do things separate, and the independent's not caring about what's going on in the state really ain't caring about what's going on in independent. No, y'all come become one. Not saying y'all have the same, right, you know, philosophies, right, and stuff like that, right? But there should be some type of merger, some type of conjoining idea to say, or respect at least, to say, all right, if you're gonna take this team, you gotta pay us X amount, or this team gotta pay X amount to get out of our schedule to go there, and vice versa. Yeah, and that's what made college basketball so good back in the days, because the NBA will merge with college basketball and say, okay, let's do what's good for us and let's do what's good for y'all. And they had put things in place, even though people disagree with it, but they both came together. I think it's the NFL need to come with the NCAA and work together, because ultimately, most of those, not a high percentage of those players who play college football want to play NFL, right? So how about we merge the two things and say, okay, well, NCAA, we're going to back you guys in this. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, this is what these players want to get to. Right. So we're going to back you in this to help the product. You see what I'm saying? And I think the same thing. And when it trickled down to high school, that's what we're talking about. Because at the end of the day, I get it, bro. I'm not sitting here like I get it. If I'm at Lakeland High School currently, or at one of those kind of programs that's historically St. Thomas, whatever like that, historically, even Venice right now, even though Venice didn't win last year, but historically got that kind of ground. I get it. Y'all could want to turn this off. Hey, man, I ain't listening to what they talking about. You know what I mean? Because I know how they do. I know how to get down. But what I'm saying is from pretty much where most people are at. You know what I'm saying? Or majority. We somewhere in that middle, right?
Ground.
So I'm somewhere in that middle now. I'm not. When we got it over, we was at the bottom when we got here. You see what I'm saying? Now we somewhere in that middle. So because we somewhere in that middle where everybody else in the middle, and when I say middle, probably everybody who didn't win the state championship. So we all together. Yeah, we all together. So whoever got 105 games and have not won a state championship, we in that middle people. Based on that middle people, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I really, really do. I'm not saying this to say that I don't get it in what you guys got going on and how you see the landscape of high school football. Like, I get all of that. The only thing I'm saying is, let's get to some common ground that we don't have it like, so it become unfair, right? If I jump independent right now, majority of them gonna say it's unfair for me to be independent, right? They wouldn't have said that 2 years ago, right? And which I get it completely, right? If ladies go down there, oh, look what they doing, right? And I get it, yeah, that's unfair for a lot of schools. So I get that part, and I'm not knocking that, right? And I'm not knocking the programs that are going on there now that we consider like, oh, bro, that's like an easy path. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking those schools. But what I'm saying is, let's get to a common ground that we can have some sort of consistency, because that's what we're lacking. You can go down and I have no problem with you going independent, but don't run back up here and back and forth. That's why I respect some of them, right? Hey, Jupiter Chris ain't trying to run back up into the state. American Heritage ain't trying to run back up into the state. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get to a point where you got something and then you come back, you want to get back in for a year. And then when you don't have nothing the following year, you get back out of it again. Like, you know what I mean? That's not consistent.
It's some schools that right now, let's say whatever school, get an influx of kids this month. By the end of this month, they got 10 transfers in. They'll come back to the state. They'll come back right now.
Right. But see, and not just that, independent will kick them out anyway.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can, and those things, think about this right here. And this is my argument to that as well. When private schools went independent like that, right? I ain't gonna say it makes sense, but what I'm saying is you have some sort of control of who comes to your program.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So if I'm independent, I really could control it, right? If I know this kid play football, I can go to the head president of the school and say, hey man, this kid play football, we independent right now, this kid's big time. If that kid come here, we're not gonna be independent no more. Right. And they say, and then he can have that conversation with the parent when they come try to sign the child up for, go through the whole registration thing. You can kind of control that. I cannot control not one kid coming or leaving Palm Beach Lakes. I can't control that.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? So if I go independent and all of a sudden 15 or 10 or 20 kids come to Palm Beach Lakes, and independent people say, hey, Coach Tmo, you have all these kids coming in, man. I keep getting all these emails. I can't control that. I can't go tell that kid or that parent, don't come here. I'm fine. Even telling the parent that. Right. That's not my job. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. That's not my job. It's a public school. So you can't control that. That's why I always kind of laugh at. I don't even want to say no, but I laugh at the people who make those comments or who got these Twitter burner accounts, whatever it may be. Because when you come out of public school, came out one school, one coach. I don't care who you look at. I don't care if you're talking about health. I don't care if you're talking about give me another public school coach they get on. Atlantic coach, whoever. I don't care. Curry at Royal Palm, he can't control it. They can't control not one kid enrolling Potts at West Boca.
He can't control it.
He can't control
that's a public school. Right. I know it don't feel like it.
Yeah, right. West Boca's a public school. So at the end of the day, you can't control who goes to that school. They can't control that. They can't tell a parent or anybody else like, oh, my kid is, your kid is not coming here.
Right.
It's just a football coach.
Right.
They have nothing to do with admission. They have nothing to do with administration. They have nothing to do with none of that stuff. That's why I don't have principals coaching football or a sport at the school. Right. They can't control nobody enrolling to the school. So they can't control that. But my point is what I'm saying, you have a bunch of public schools that went independent, right? And so now I'm hearing Hollandale going independent. So if Hollandale go independent, who can control who goes into Hollandale?
Like the SSAA, that should have been the main criteria. Public school can't come.
Right, because at the end of the day, they can't control who goes in, who comes out. So like that's what I mean by that. So and if a school say, okay, and if all that, you're not listening to that part and all that, okay, if a school actually goes in there anyway, That's fine. Put the people on the contract. You know what I'm saying? Have some sense of balance. Okay, you gotta go on the contract. You gotta be in this league for the next 3 to 4 years, whatever. Or state y'all get on one accord and say, okay, you can buy this team out from, this team that historically ain't been doing too good.
Mhm.
So how about you just buy this contract out for them? We know we'll sell Forest Hill,
Right.
$20,000, $10,000, whatever, because you'll make this money before Hill go down there and be successful. Be honest with you,
Right.
There'll be a threat down there. You'll make money off them. You know what I mean? Because I think how the independent is now, I think everybody goes to the playoff. You know what I'm saying? Weather get a little colder and stuff like that. You playing that triple option at Forest Hill, get a little colder, get a little wet outside. They could be a threat.
I mean, like I say, the state would have done a better job with taking making the districts and making the classifications by success.
Mm-hmm.
If you make it all by success, all right, these teams, they all won 7-8 games, so y'all are in class 5A.
Yep.
These teams are they won 3 and 4 games, y'all in class 2A.
Yep.
These teams only won 1 and 2 games, y'all in class 1A.
Yep.
Like that, if you do it like that, now teams ain't leaving independent because now everybody's playing competition they feel comfortable playing in.
And that's the quickest fix you could have possibly. And it's a pathway for them to do that because they did that with the FIT.
Right.
They took the 7 through 4, and they put the 7 through 4 based on the highest rank. Okay, so you did that, right? You showed the ability to do that.
Yeah.
So how about you just make the districts that way instead of putting teams that historically has not been successful, and you putting them in a district with a lot of guys who have been successful. I can see. Okay, let's just go independent. We got a chance. You see what I'm saying? So I do get that. The state uses outdated method of school population. And all populations are different. You know what I'm saying? Again, and I'm not saying this from a Lakeland perspective. I'm not saying this from a Venice perspective. I'm not saying this from a First Academy perspective or anybody like that or St. Thomas, whatever. I'm not saying Miami Central. I'm not saying it from that, right? I'm saying it from a Lake's perspective. We do got a natural good ground of athletes, right? You go up the street to this park, at Gaines Park,
you just going
right? There's athletes there. You go a little bit north of that, right? You have PGA Nationals. There's athletes there. You know what I mean?
It's Dyer Park right now. Got 6 kids right now.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right now.
So that's what I'm saying. So we have a good ground of just the neighborhoods around us.
Right.
That we have a good ground of athletes. Not every school pop is like that. You see what I'm saying? So some school pops don't have a natural ground. Now you do throw in programs at the school to kick and get in and stuff like that. You do throw that in. But when you have a natural pop, it's a little bit more different than other schools don't have natural pop. So my pop don't look like your pop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you in a district with me. Now you may look good in baseball. You may look good in soccer. But in terms of football, I have this population of guys that's coming to the school because of our surrounding zones.
Like when you're talking about straight population, like if you looked at our population, it's just living in Robinson Village right now who could, in 2-3 years from now,
right.
they're gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? If you look at just a straight population, if you went by that, I mean, our population and West Boca population, like it's not even
not comparable.
You know what I'm saying?
And let's talk about that. Yeah, I like that. Right. West Boca had won back-to-back state championship.
They trying to win the third. They about to win the third.
Probably about to win the third. Their school population and where their kids naturally comes from is completely different, right? That's why West Boca had that time period. Probably was the losing program outside of them late at the time.
They were bad.
I would throw John I in there, whatever, right? But that population of kids, in that particular area is not it's not football, so to speak, So that's how they can get affected. So when you start throwing in that online language that they're talking about, and West Boca got to get back to that, that's going to look crazy. You see what I'm saying? That's going to look, because you just built that facility up too.
You're right.
So that's going to look crazy. Right. So all of that stuff is based on what the rules are, the way they are now.
Them people ain't going to let it happen like that.
I don't think so.
Them people the people behind it,
Listen, the first thing I said when the person would tell them that, I said that's a fight with West Boca.
Right.
That's a fight. And they already don't tell West Boca what to do now.
Right.
You know what I mean? We haven't played West Boca, but the drones that other people talk about. Because we haven't played West Boca. This from other coaches. So I don't know West Boca because we haven't even played each other. This coming from other coaches.
Let's say a drone
that they play. They record their games on drones. Remember now, they tell you remember we had, I want to say it was Javon. Somebody had a drone. They were like, no, you can't have that drone flying or whatever during the game. So we knew that rule. Oh, I didn't know there's a rule. Okay, bring that drone down. We can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But they said West Boca record from a drone at the game. And they try to tell them to take it down. They don't, ain't nothing. You ain't telling me nothing. You know what I mean? we gonna film with the drone. You know what I'm saying? So, no, you ain't gonna tell them that it's online, especially if the state, talking about the state governors and stuff like that, whatever it is.
But then you could, but even, we just use West Boca as an example, but how can you do that for any private school? Like, because not every kid that go to private school play for St. Thomas or Newman or whatever. Not every kid go to that school. Now, majority probably do, but not every kid go to that school. So I'm gonna go to online school and play for Newman or play for St. Thomas or play for insert the team, Jacksonville Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you ain't gonna regulate. They ain't gonna let you regulate them,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Those schools ain't gonna.
Yeah, back to what you're saying. That becomes a competitive advantage because if you only going to apply that to the public schools, what about the private school that's allowed, or the charter that allowed to have an online kid, but play for me and he don't stay in my zone?
They don't have a zone too,
right? Because they are private. You see what I'm saying? So that tilt everything back to the private anyway. The only thing making it a little bit balanced now between private and public because we somewhat got the same rules when it comes to that online thing, right? Now some private schools don't allow online. Like Newman, you can't be online and play. You know what I'm saying? Contrary to the belief, some people thought you can be online and play at Newman. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I thought so too. So you can't be online and play there. So some privates don't allow it, but I'm sure some privates do. So look at the success in Suncoast basketball.
Right.
Those are online kids. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Right. They probably won't number one in the county right now in basketball. You know what I mean? So that tells you how online
affects and change everything.
Online in high school football and NIL in college football. You know what I'm saying? It changed the whole game. You know what I mean? So the online deal in high school, you see Suncoast success, basketball. The online situation in high school football, you see West Boca success. Yeah. Same thing with NIL. Look at the national championship today.
Yeah, come on. NIL Central.
You never would have seen any other player in Miami.
Never
you know what I'm saying? It'd been crazy. So I think that's kind of what we're looking at right now. So if you throw that NIL thing, not NIL, you throw that online thing out, Suncoast is not number one in basketball, and West Boca is not winning state championships in football.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I think it's just gonna be too hard to implement that. Somebody's gonna take it to court, and then that
toothpaste already out of the tube.
Yeah, like it just
already out. You can't put that back in. Nah.
I think what I seen they interviewed Carson Beck the other day, and they was like, "Oh, did you just come back from class?" He was like, "Nah, I don't go to school."
Yeah, he's been in school 3 years.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, just the way things are going. Like, remember, everything gonna trickle down. But all that's gonna trickle down.
Right. Hold on, and let's go back even with that. I left Hawaii about 20 years ago, right? It's 2026, so yeah. So about 20 some years ago, I leave University of Hawaii. Class, bro. Like, come on, like seriously, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I know she just throwing the question out and he had to respond, and he did it laughing, you know what I mean? Because we would have laughed 20 years ago. Right. When we played in the bowl game and stuff like that, if a question would have been thrown out about how was school today? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, man, we don't get to see class. No. Think about it now. I'm in Hawaii. We leave and travel on a on a Tuesday, whatever the day is. We're not even on the island most of the time. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Go to class. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So we may see our teacher, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 3 times or whatever. So it was funny that she said that, you know what I'm saying, with the class thing. And I mean, come on, like, at that time, yes, it was.
Yeah, it was more.
Yeah, it was crazy for a person to say that 20 years ago. You know, even though it was true, but you just won't say it out loud.
No.
But definitely over the years, like you see, like it's out now. NCAA, like these kids are enrolling and going to transfer portal while the semester is starting. I mean, that wouldn't even never been the case. Like, at least got to go to class and sign your name.
At least sign your name. I think somebody tweeted say, you don't hear about kids being ineligible no more.
No, that's not even a thing no more. Yeah, not even a thing no more. Summer school and all that.
But even with that stuff, like, you know what? Everything comes from somewhere. Because even like think about Tim Tebow and Johnny Football.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids were saying I couldn't go to class, not because I didn't want to go, I just because it's too much celebrity. Like so they had to take online classes. So now, to me, that creates an avenue now. Well, wait a minute, hold on. Tebow can go to online classes.
I'll tell you how real this was, man. We went to we just getting out of fall camp, and we was going through fall camp, I want to say. And this is the year Tmo Show was going to break the record for total passing yards ever in NCAA. So this that year. Timmy all over billboards and everything. Mind you now, I don't know how big this is. I'm coming from Florida. I don't know too much even about Tmo Show. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Now, when I get there, I'm seeing how important this was, this run was, right? Him breaking the passing record and all that. I think he's breaking like Todd Detman record or something. And I just remember we going, because, you know, Timmy's never really been on campus like that. You know what I mean? Like, you never really seen Timmy on campus. So we had to go eat the, they call it training table. So we got to go to the training table. Now, the training table is inside the cafeteria, but it's like football got its own little deal or whatever. So, but everybody kind of go through the same line or whatever. And just seeing the people, because the students just not coming back on campus like at the tail end of training camp. And just seeing all the people, how crazy they was about him. I just remember a girl touching him and falling out, bro. Just touching Tmo Show and falling out.
Touching him and his garment.
Right. And I wasn't even there. Like I was there with Coach Brennan. Yeah. You know, I was there the first year or so.
So you was in a transition period.
Both of those two. Yeah, Timmy was leaving, Coach was coming in. Okay, so I played with both of them. But I wasn't with Coach when Coach became Coach.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It was Coach actually split time with a guy named Tyler Grunke that year that we had. Okay. So he was splitting time. So he still wasn't Coach, right? Because he had just gotten in trouble in Colorado, right? So he really wasn't Coach. But when he became Coach, like I really can't imagine. I'm sure he was, I ain't gonna say I'm sure, I know he was super high than what Timmy was, you know what I'm saying, on the island. So I can't imagine about class and none of that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, or people just being around Coach like that. But like you said, celebrity-wise, like Carson can't go on campus at University of Miami. You think Carson Beck is sitting in your class?
Especially right now?
With these phones too?
Come on, right. That's all they're gonna do is
record him. Man, I can't do nothing in class. I can't be a regular student in class.
You can't raise a question. No, raise your hand, ask a question, everybody looking at you.
If I want to make a joke, it's probably gonna write it out. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you what, Carson Beck just kind of question he just asked.
Right.
Man, that boy ain't got no sense. He got an F in here. I seen the grade book. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, everything you do, they're going to take a picture of your grade. You paper come back on your desk. Yeah. And you get a C.
Scott that there, look at C. Look at C. I knew his name start with a C.
Man,
look at his C.
You're right. You see what I'm saying? It's getting, like you said, getting out to some high school guys, man. It's a lot of attention on high school, especially you get highly recruited guys. It's a lot of attention on high school.
Like I'm sure, you just said his name, Northwestern. When the Syracuse, what's his name?
Calvin Russell.
I'm sure.
How crazy that was.
Come on, I'm sure that was an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if he was online, I don't know if he was online or he was
right. I don't know.
He could have been online. But yeah,
if he was just taking
class, if he was on campus on Miami
Northwestern, that'd be crazy.
It'd be crazy.
Him walking to the cafeteria,
it'd be crazy.
It's gonna be chaotic. Everybody, where you going? This,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a tough thing. So now
that's not a normal high school. Yeah.
Come on. So they had to create this avenue for a Tim Tebow, for Tmo Show, for Johnny Football, for Vince Young, to do that. So now that opens everybody else's eyes. Like, wait a minute. Well, if Tim can do that, I can do that, And then now coaches are looking at it. Like, I'm pretty sure the next,
because social media is too big. It's too big, and like you said again, people, they'll record you doing this, they'll take a picture of you doing that, and it'll become, and then this stuff can affect a kid. Because think about it, these kids are getting money coming out of high school.
Come on, man.
Certain things you may know about the kid.
Especially if I'm gutter, like I'm finna follow him.
You see what I'm saying?
Follow him.
You see what I'm saying? So it's certain things you may even know about. You don't need to know about that kid. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with that.
I just see Malik Khan with that big chunk.
Yeah,
I got to see where you put it.
Remember that? Boy just got robbed. University of Miami.
Yeah.
He got it back. But yeah, he got robbed.
You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. It is a safety concern.
Yeah, it is.
But like I said, my point was saying that is that opens up an avenue for other people, other non-celebrity kids to say, well, if he can do it, I can do it too. I don't got to go to that class.
Yeah.
And now it just trickles down. You know what I'm saying? Like I think in a couple of years, school is going to be optional.
Yeah.
Of college.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be optional. You don't gotta go to that. You can play with the team, you ain't got to go to camp. Which it may be like that now anyway.
Right.
I think it's going to be officially
It's just people ain't saying it.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be officially optional.
Like I said, 20 years ago, you wouldn't, I'm in college 20-some years ago.
Right.
And that really, And I shouldn't even be saying this as a coach, but it definitely what it was. The college football became that. It was this,
Mm-hmm.
and then academics and stuff like that was kind of like secondary in their mind because of how much money whoever you are and making for the school and stuff like that. That football became 1st.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm sure if you went to Duke University in basketball, that's first, and then everything else. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Like if and I want to say a school, just let's say a school that a kid feel like his academics, like academically he could have went to Harvard,
Mm-hmm.
right? But he don't want to play football for Harvard. He want to play, but he's not good enough to play D1. He had to go to insert low level school.
Yeah.
I think in years he's gonna be able to play for one school and then go to a school online somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Harvard kid.
Yeah.
I go to online Harvard. I play
here.
Play for fam, but I go to Harvard. You know what I'm saying?
That's what high school is.
That's what right, and that's what high school
I'm
is.
online doing this, but I'm playing for this particular school. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just too much money and too much. Now, I think the money hasn't hit high school yet. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? How things go.
It's pocket change that's getting offered to these kids.
But I think because I think we said this before. With the conferences in college, those are kind of doing away with a little bit, right? I think eventually they're going to have to do something with the FCS schools, not FCS schools, but what's above FCS?
Not D1AA.
Yeah, like no, Group 5. They're going to do something with Group 5 because I think eventually they're going to start complaining.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, y'all don't want us in there. You only let 2 of us in there. I want to win a championship.
But that goes back to where they're coming from. Right,
I feel you, but they still have more money though. Like,
but I heard somebody saying like they should have their own playoffs. They were just doing that.
They were just doing that.
Yeah, they were just.
But I think now it's just gonna be a group of 5. But I'm still in the big conference on ESPN. You know what I'm saying now? But yeah, then it's gonna be.
I think they were doing because think about Georgia Southern. It was one of those.
It was, yeah. That's all it was D1AA.
They had their own deal.
But I think now that they want to get in D1, they want to make that money. That D1 money, those TV rights. I think group of 5 is going to be a thing.
Well, and that's what's starting to happen now. Like I said, with high school, because I think the FIT situation just happened, kind of opened up that window for a lot of that stuff. Then now you put an open division in. I know we talked about this. Last year we talked about this, right? So they put the open division in. So now you're going to separate those teams, and then now, like I said before, when you have the open division and they separate those teams. How many people gonna really want to play? You know what I mean? Say like you said, say St. Thomas don't get into the open division.
Right.
We don't want to play in it. You know what I'm saying? What? That's just like regular teams. I don't play on FIT because you got so many different branches now. So you got open division first. Mm-hmm. Then you got the regular situation.
Yep.
Still got FIT and you got independent. God, dog.
Which I think again.
How you even know to watch so much? I mean, you got so much going on.
It's not a lot of that. You won't know because now I think again because let's say stuff's gonna try to trickle down, right? I think eventually there's going to be a national high school bracket.
Yeah,
it's going because
you're gonna push them into that.
It's gonna push them into that. You know what I'm saying? Like teams are going to play Grayson on the regular. They're going to like they already building national schedules anyway.
Right.
Now people want to see it on TV.
Yeah,
I think that's going. I think it's just going to be natural to eventually like where
that's going to become a league on its own.
It's going to be a league on its own.
Yeah, I'm gonna take these 20 teams every year,
and I think it's going to be a league of its own. Like St. Thomas ain't going to play. They in Florida.
They live in Florida.
They live in Florida, but they play national high school schedule.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's going to happen because colleges are one's going to recruiting, right? So I think too they're going to want to put their hand in their high school, like, I want to see these teams play these teams, so I can really get a better idea of what kind of kid that is. You know what I'm saying? If I know St. Thomas playing Matter Day,
and not just that, you're on TV now, so they were looking at you. They watching you. So
I don't gotta look at your huddle. I can watch this game on ESPN Friday night. St. Thomas versus Matter Day.
Yeah. I
need all them tools playing. I need Grayson. I need Buford. I need all y'all playing each other.
Then you may have a TV subscription, right?
There's 100% coming.
They might have that too.
NFHSA or NF whatever it's called. No, they got the rights to the Florida State Championship anyway.
They do.
It's all coming.
Yeah. They can say, okay, I want to put quote unquote like how Notre Dame has NBC. Yep. That's their deal.
Yep.
All Notre Dame games on NBC.
I want to put all these South schools, Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina, whoever, y'all gonna play on this channel.
Right.
California, y'all gonna play on this channel.
Yes.
Then there's gonna be a playoff. Y'all gonna be in the playoffs. Because I think that's just
coming. Yeah.
All of that's coming.
Because we keep moving. They keep trying to stifle it. And you got these old school minded people keep, no, that's not right. No, that's like the fact that we still having an argument about kids going from school to school is crazy. Like the fact that we still like that's still an argument to this day.
It's happening. That's what it's going to be.
Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy. But see, I think that argument is the same argument as not paying college football players.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Like we still like we still react crazy to how many kids left and went to Carol City, how many kids left and went to Christopher Columbus, how many kids left going to West Boca or whatever it may be. Like we still having these conversations. Like we need to move the goalpost. Okay, it's time to pick another fight now. That fight is over with. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with paying
college players.
Like that conversation, like it's a different conversation. Now it's more about, okay, can we get to a collective bargaining situation? Can we make these people, can we make these kids employees now so that you don't have this every year that you got to recruit your same, you know what I'm saying?
It's going to happen. When is it going to happen? I don't know. But I think, because like I say, college is going to just be its own league.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is its own league, but I'm saying, but it's going to be its own thing where like
almost like a
semi-pro.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with UFL and all that kind of stuff. They're doing their thing right now. But if I can, basketball, right? So one of the players playing in G League and then they say he want to go back to Duke or whatever, go back to college. They allow that to happen.
Yep.
They gonna allow it to happen in football.
Yeah.
Okay, I got drafted to whatever. I don't want to play. I'm gonna go back to Florida.
Because what Smart was saying earlier was that they don't have the same push. So you can get a development league next to the NFL, but it ain't gonna have the same type of eyeballs as a college will.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The same passion, the same all the other stuff. So that's why college is really becoming that, which already been that, but it's becoming that because you're able to pay the players now. By you're able to pay the players now, that really is a development league for the NFL.
It really is.
And then you got all the support behind it. So people will watch that more than they'll watch the NFL.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you already had that already. And for the colleges, you have the high school situation, right? High school, I don't know, people keep saying Porter. Yeah, Porter's one thing, but high school still is king. Yeah. But by high school still being king, the high school, the college is gonna need the high school to catch up to what's going on now. You see what I'm saying? And then you still got the old school minded people and saying like, no, it's been doing this way, whatever. Yeah, you know what? You felt like it was that way because of under the table. Right. Now it's more in front of you because of social media. If we had social media 20, 30 years ago, it'd be the same thing. They was moving around then. It's just that you didn't see it like that because they didn't put it in the local newspaper. The local newspaper now is in your hand. So if you follow the right account, the minute you go scroll, boom, somebody just transferred. And then it comes with a boom thing. Boom.
Breaking news.
And the guy slides up in the picture. And he's like, oh, he just transferred. You know what I'm saying? So think about that. They hit you with it. It's not like it's just like a text. Remember when it first started when we was coaching? It was like a text. Right. I'm transferring to so respect my decision. Yep. But it wasn't a picture and all of that. Now the show is boom, fireworks and all of that. Then the name comes out.
AI walking all this.
And then he changed. He's not even in the uniform. He's coming from. He in the new uniform. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh my God. Like then you like, oh, he just transferred. And what we do in the group chat? Oh, boy, they got a good one. You know what we saying, right? So it's news, right? It's energy. So yes, we got to remove everything, man, and let that be, man. Stop all that extra stuff, man, because you're just wasting your time, man.
Yeah, I just think. Yeah, I agree. You just gotta. It is what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is right now. Like I think. Now, the only part where I say was kind of hurting high school recruiting is the eligibility part of the players. So it gets getting 9 years, 7 years. Like I still think so. Whenever they come up with a collective bargaining in college, they got to be a cap, man. Like listen, bro, y'all only get 6 years, bro. Like you know what I'm saying, y'all gotta get up out of it. Like, 'cause if you ain't now, unless they just gonna say this college football is just. It's only completely like you can play as long as you want. Unless they're gonna do that, then I think that'll kind of hurt.
Yeah, I think the new plan. I think like certain guys you don't see the downfall of the Porter like that. I think when we seen the downfall of Porter is that if those guys on the end that would have got that shot at a G5 or something like that don't get that shot no more, right? But then again. As a coach and as parents and as people within the program, we got to change with the time. So guess what? You're not pushing those kids no more to those schools no more because you know they're going to go Porter. So you're starting to push those kids D2 early, right? D2 should be getting prospect sheets so early, like how you was doing at D1. Like when I send prospect sheets out, I send to more D2s than I do anything else. The D1s, I don't have to do anything for D1. Right. Those D1 kids don't be them D1 kids regardless, right? So I don't do anything for those kids for the most part, right? Yeah, there's certain things I have conversations about, but a D1 kid gonna be a D1 kid. That's easy, right? It's easy work. That's not gonna work at all. It's those kids that would have got that G5 situation that's not getting that G5 situation anymore. And if you so late in the game with D2s, by the time you get to the portal, if they ain't got, because right now, I'm being real with you. In December, I say next year, either if not next year, the following year, but D2's gonna have big signing days in December with the D1s.
Yeah.
Because you have to start like that now. Because if you wait until January to start doing D2s now, you're too late because they're going in the portal.
Yep.
Because if you got over 4,000 people that has not even been picked up, the D2s are like,
they're gonna say, I got you.
What?
I got you.
They're like dogs in here. Like, I mean, they literally like, oh, bro, just wait it out till it closes.
Right.
Right. We finna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? We finna go, Fair State finna go crazy. So you got to understand that's their plan too. So guess what you got to do with the D2s? Hit them early enough. So you treat the D2 like you treated the G5s. Hit them early enough, get them prospect sheets out early enough to those schools. Have those real conversations with those parents. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mom, I know a long time ago, your son would have been playing at Bowling Green, right?
Right.
He'd been playing at Coastal Carolina.
Right.
That's not the same no more. Those schools are almost harder than getting into than Florida State.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? So even get those conversations when I say getting into the school, to have those conversations with those coaches is almost harder than having a conversation with Miami. You probably talk to Miami quicker than you can talk to Coastal Carolina or a school like that.
I agree.
So you got to start with them early. Like, hey, coach, boom, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. Let's start that process. Get them on y'all guys' board, da-da-da-da. Because even D2s got boards like D1s. That was never the case a long time ago. They ain't have boards with D2 and all. No, they will wait till D1s are done. And all right, did that kid ever sign someone? No, he learned how we learn.
Right.
No, he ain't signed. All right, let's go try to go get him. You see what I'm saying? But then they have boards now because they know. We might have, even NIA guys, when they come to school campus, they know right now, hey, the way the things work now, we got a chance to get him. We wouldn't have had a chance years ago.
Nope.
We got a chance now. You know what I'm saying? So we got to change with the times and change with the game because the D1 guys, they're D1 guys. Like, come on, man. Like, how much you have to sell that? You know what I mean? They already there. You know what I mean? They already know about those kids when they was 10th grade, whatever. But the other guys, you do have to set them a little bit more different. And you have to get to that point of that because, you know, right now, the biggest thing is, I know we sit here and joke all the time about the picture taking, all that stuff, like stuff that the college coaches do they shouldn't be doing. But, I mean, high school coaches, that they shouldn't be doing, but they're doing it. And then people not taking you serious. When you get to this point right here, you know, you're looking crazy because you gotta talk to that kid about, hey, man, I thought you was this, but
you got that picture, coach.
You see what I'm saying? You in the picture, somebody he was coming to see. You took the picture, then he came and told me he was coming here to see me.
Right.
If he here to see me, why you in the? You know what I'm saying?
I ain't see him, coach. I didn't know he was there. Coach, why are you in the picture? You got a picture, so I know he was there.
I know he was there because you was in the picture.
You was in the picture.
Right. It ain't AI.
But and you said he was coming to talk to me.
It ain't AI.
It ain't AI. No, it ain't AI.
Yeah,
What you do?
Gotta watch that too now. AI. Well, yeah, I'm telling you, we gotta figure that out. You gotta watch that. There's gonna be a lot of AI with these college coaches. I'm telling you, with these picture taking. So you gotta watch AI with that too. You know what I mean? Yeah, someone gonna put themselves in a picture with Mario and
Mario
and Kirby. And Kirby. Both.
Kurt,
everybody in the picture. Like all these guys came to see me today. You know what I mean? You gotta watch AI with that too.
Hey, yeah, they're gonna be in the press box tonight.
It does look real. It does look real. You can't, you know what I mean?
They gonna say
and somebody got a picture of Mario and Kirby and all of them behind them, and they in front. I seen a picture with Obama, Trump. Yeah, you can see that. All had Nike Tech on.
Oh yeah.
That look so real. I was like, man, it look real. So I'm telling you, like, y'all fellas, y'all.
Martin Luther King.
The gold in the like Martin Luther King. Yeah. So I'm telling y'all, young people, man, y'all watch these coaches, man. They're gonna be AI. And stuff,
I mean, especially these next couple of days, if you see pictures of randomly your coach in the press box, or he on the field with Kurt Cinetti and Mario Cristobal, he ain't ready to do that.
Yeah, you gotta watch that stuff. Yeah.
No, but no, that is so true though. You do have to change the mindset of the kids and to the parents. That listen, you can't. It ain't D1 or bust no more. It's far from that. Like you had literally had to be thinking, okay, D2, D3, like get in touch with those schools, like NAIA. Get in contact with them coaches as best you can. It's email up, whatever you got to do to get in contact with them. Send your film out. You got to be thinking that route.
Florida State just signed a guy from JUCO.
Come on, man.
Quarterback. Just this late in the game. So I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, man. It's
and JUCO below the other stuff we just said.
And so now, even with that, when we're saying, hey, guys, y'all got to be looking NAIA, D3, D2, and FCS or whatever, I think especially positions, when we talked about this off the air, quarterback.
Yeah.
Quarterback now has become
Then
such a hard.
West Florida guy just signed.
West Florida guy just
He
signed
just did
somewhere.
somewhere?
Yeah, he did just go somewhere. It's become harder. It's always been kind of difficult to get quarterbacks recruited.
Yeah.
But it's really, really hard now.
It is.
The transfer portal, that if you hurt, that's the one position I know that it hurt.
Yep.
Is quarterback.
Quarterback.
Linemen ain't hurt much, DBs and all this, just because so many and niggas getting beat, you know, whatever.
Right.
But to find that guy, is what everybody's trying to do, find that guy. They're willing to go into the portal. They'll take a 7th-year guy, mentally about to play another year, whatever, how many years. Chambers.
Transfer portal closed, and he last second, boom, got it. You know, it's crazy.
Chambers trying to come back.
Yep.
Diego Pavia, he trying to come back.
He trying to come
Haynes
back.
King, I think he might be trying to come back. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or he going. I think he's like year 8 for him or something like that. Although I like Haynes King, the Miami Dolphins, I hope he kind of taking whatever. But
Garcia,
what's
like name? Man, the guy came out of Georgia all them years. Garcia went to Miami.
Yeah,
I think he back in the portal again.
I forgot.
Rashada back in the portal.
Rashada back in the portal again. Quarterback is just really, really tough because one, it's only one guy on the field.
Yep.
That's number one. Number two, you have to really be an elite guy, and you don't have that much time.
Nope.
As far as guys start looking around, so, all right, man, listen, brother.
You almost got to be dominant. You almost got to come into high school dominant. You know what I'm saying?
That is
quarter position.
You know what I'm saying? It is.
It's almost like that.
You do got to play as a 9th grade as a quarterback, as a 10th grade as a quarterback. They really have real film and really get in there, solidify your position.
Yeah.
Like it's you know, talk about the school, whatever. But West Boca, they had two guys playing. You know what I'm saying? One, you know, taking each other reps. Now, when they got into the playoff, I think they only
used one.
They only used that one kid. I wonder what happened to the Omar kid. He was supposed to be a D1 kid. When he was at Ely, he was a D1 kid.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if he signed somewhere or not. I got to go back and look.
Even Champ, remember Champ like a 4 or 5?
Oh yeah.
Out of Vero.
Yeah.
Now he reclassed up. He's a 3. And he's a 3 starter.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. He moved all the way from 5 to 3 just because you went up early.
Yeah, because he's trying to, you know, he's trying to get to the money early.
He's trying to get quicker. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that light come off you.
It does. It does.
I think the kid from Northwest is gonna do that eventually.
Yeah, reclass
up.
To
that junior year reclass. Yeah,
reclass up. Yeah, no, I mean I get it. Like that's a position too. Like even like when you, but on too it's hard to see if a quarterback is really really good, especially young. Like you know you're young. What kind of system are they running down there? Who they throwing to? Like quarterback's a tough position, man.
Yeah.
You know, and when high school kids like you just got to have your mindset. Understanding like, hey, it's gonna be hard for me to get in school. You want to try to play early or get to a school that you can play early, and go from there. But I just know quarterback is gonna be really tough for kids. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't easy at all. And like I say, though, and they may have the most involved parents, the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a conversation. It definitely has to be understanding. Definitely has to be some awareness as you're going through that path, because when you have quarterback parents, they're essentially quarterback parents from the time that they are in elementary all the way up. You know what I mean? It's like almost like having a pitcher as a son.
Yeah.
Like you gotta, the landscape of everything. You know, they're more involved in a lot of stuff. So it's definitely having that awareness and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because even then, I hear some of the chatter at Elite 11 with some of the parents was, that the camp is already read. They already know who they're going to pick. Sort of things like that. Which I think so too. Yeah, they have an idea of who they're going to pick already. Like, I'm not going to get this kid who probably be going to Bama lose at my camp. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
because they're a business too.
Yeah.
And they know business needs publicity.
Right.
And it's a whole lot better if I got this kid.
And if I knock this kid, I ain't gonna be able to get those kind of kids keep coming to the
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Because he gonna say, I mean, y'all better not go to that camp.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, like you went to the camp and hurt yourself. And some kids did it. The day before, some kids did that.
I was gonna bring this point after that, but before you get there, was like it's another thing, right? So you go to the opening or the Nike camp, whatever it was this weekend. You got these quarterbacks in shorts. It's hard to get a true evaluation. Yeah, you can say a kid now. You can see bad. It's easy to see bad, but it's hard to see good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's good is kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like now sometimes you see some kids who just jump out of there or whatever, but it's hard to see. And if a kid has already got ranked and you got this unranked kid who's throwing it better than him or whatever, But this kid, Rank Kid, he got like 10,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna look good if I post.
I said that, and I said it to one of them. I said, how do they throwing so much football? How do they know? Like, it's a point system. I said, okay, now what point? Like, okay, what point? How another point? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because most of the balls are there. That kids throwing in the air. The people are standing still, and they're doing like different pocket movements and throwing the football. But I'm like, it's kind of hard to tell that. Like, you know what I mean? Who the better quarterback in this? It's about 25 guys out there. You know, yeah, like you said, you see a few bads. Like, okay, yeah, he's nowhere near it. But it's probably about 12 to 15 that you like. About the same.
Right.
You need the game. You know what I mean? You need concepts. You need to put them out here in a 7-on-7 situation. Put them out here in a rush type situation. See, can he really escape and throw? You know what I mean? So I really don't know how they judge that. Like you said, and when I looked at the entire thing, what they did, it's hard to judge it. I understood the Nike opening because they went between the lines, the 5-yard lines. And they did releases. So we had a cleaner release to get back and stack, right? You had that kind of release, you had press, whatever. You had that. Obviously, you had one-on-ones, right? You get to see that. And then they take you to 7-on-7, you get able to see that, right? Then they did the 40. So you can see like, it's some sort of separation in this.
Right.
Quarterbacks, it was hard to tell what the separation was. Like, because everybody's game is different. If I'm gonna do a threat, I'm not gonna look as good as this prototypical guy.
Right.
Or prototype guy. I'm more of a do a threat. You know what I mean? And so it's like for example, like you talk about West Bowie, like their quarterback was down there. You know what I mean? I think he's more of a dual threat.
Right.
So he's not going to look good as late Merritt quarterback who's 6'6". You know what I'm saying?
Right.
6'7". He looked 6'7" out there, but 6'6", 6'7", throwing the ball like that. I mean, he spins it at 6'6", 6'7", but he's not going to get away from nothing like that kid probably will. You see what I'm saying? So it definitely is.
That's a hard. That's one position that need to really. I know you can't put pads on people and everything like that, but it's got to be a different way to really put them through something so they can really evaluate. Yeah, how do they see pressure coming in their face?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can they step up in the pocket? Yeah. Can they make throws with guys in front of them? Put bags in front of them at least or something. You know what I'm saying?
Should be a whole weekend. Should be a whole weekend.
Right.
I think the first day should be nothing but chalk talk.
There you go.
I think that should be added into that. Yeah. Right? Okay, here go a 3-man snag. Who's your first progression? Who's your second progression? How you slide your protection to that? Is you going to check your protection or you going to stay in that protection? It's too high, it's one high. Okay, what coverage is this? Like, I think all of that goes before they even get on Sunday. Sunday, it should be this, what they went through. Saturday should have an equation into who you pick because I can go out and look good. I got in real football. I don't know how to put protection and protect myself for the 3-man snag.
Right.
I don't know how to protect myself on watch shallow, watch stick, watch sail. I don't know how to protect myself on that. Right? I don't know. Coach got to do this for me. I don't know how to protect myself. I don't know if it's too read. I don't know if it's too high or one high, what the coverages are. I just thought about who I would see open. Right? So I'm going to look way worse than the kid who understands all of this. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So you got to put all that in consideration. They're just taking one thing on air, and it's a coach who probably in their 40s like us, and step, he's got to slide away from him and throw. Like, that ain't the same thing as a young man who's 16.
Right. You're trying to get to me? Yeah.
Right. I'm doing this to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, the kid over 16, he's trying to get off.
Right. You know, he's coming out of the edge for real. Right. You know what I mean? So I think all of that, it's.
Yeah, you're right. It should be some talk first.
It should be all weekend.
And then you implement some kind of playbook or something like that, some kind of, maybe not full, but it's like some kind of plays. And then have DBs come out there and y'all do a real 7-on-7. Y'all do a half.
John Gruden, when he does his deal.
Yeah.
He put them on the board. He take that same concept. He go outside.
Yep.
And he tells them, go through the cadence, break out the huddle, put your motion in place. All that kind of stuff you got to know. I mean, how many times we line up and we don't have something, why move? You know what I mean? You got to know how to time why move up. You got to know, what a protection is at. Who is your hot? Your snag gonna be off your high. So that guy come, you better get that ball out to that snag. Like we gotta know all of that stuff before you got into this play. When I sent off Julian stuff, right? I talk about that. When I talked to the coach came in the other day, and I say, and he was talking about protection. Julian could tell you the story as well, talking about protection. I say, no, coach, he be all right. He knows protection. He know what the coverage, he know how to understood coverage, either pre-snap or post-snap coverages. Rotation, roles. He knows where his hot gonna be in most situations. He knows all of that. So you're not getting a kid who just like blank on know this stuff. Right. You know what I mean? He knows it. He has to know he has to know what that Palm Beach Lakes.
Right.
Our O-line ain't, you know what I'm saying? So you have to know all this stuff. You have to get the ball out your hand. Right. You better get the ball out your hand. So he knows it. You know what I mean? It's not like, Judah ain't gonna hold that ball 4 seconds. That ain't gonna happen. I'm telling you right now. So you get these guys who evaluate, can hold the ball 4 seconds, throw the ball. No. His clock is fast.
Yeah.
Because he has to be fast. Because from us, he gonna be fast because you gonna get the ball out your hand. What are you doing?
Right. We gonna snap.
We saying that. So we ain't telling him to hold the ball.
Yeah.
So he knows the clock has to be fast. He gotta get the ball out. He gotta get into his drops. I'll tell him all the time, Judah can't throw the ball for you when you take the snap from. You have to get back away from the line of scrimmage. And we are in the gun saying this.
Right, because we
take your three.
Hey, we know we got in front of you.
Right,
you better drop back.
Take your three, slide up. Don't slide outside because the end is coming. Our Tigers ain't.
Right, yeah.
The end is coming.
Right.
So don't try to get around this way.
Yeah, you want to slide up,
try up, and then out.
Yeah,
you know
up and
what I mean?
out. You know
so those things like that he knows. So if he gets on the board, he can go in there and talk switch and what the switch reads are. Right, or the corner bell, he gonna sit it. If the safety capping him off, he's gonna snap it. Like he's going and talk that kind of language. How many high school guys can talk that language?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They are very limited about it. I could put most high school guys who they think is great quarterbacks and put them on the board and talk a real concept that we run. They'll be not. What is this?
Yeah, because I don't mean even like some of this pre-snap read. Like obviously, pre-snap read. It just gives you an idea of which way you should go. Okay,
Right.
This corner sitting off. Okay, I'm this corner's tighten up. The safety look like he kind of rolling down a little bit, or he could. Like that gets you 50% up.
Right.
Okay, at least I know I'm looking the right way.
Yeah.
Now I can make a read, okay, the safety does come now, look this. When it does bail, I can hit this.
Correct.
I don't think not enough quarterbacks even do that right. You know what I'm saying? Just look, the corner is head up. That's gotta be man.
Right.
And he got an inside level.
And no, not to know. When he first came here, what he says, and we were talking about a concept or whatever, and he says, if he's backside and it's man, I'm automatic coming over here. No, that's not automatic.
Right.
Not all the time. Like we may not like this matchup all the time.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right. So that may not be it. You know what I mean? At times we'll say in the game, like, hey, I don't care if you man or not back there. We don't like that matchup, right? We want you to go through a natural progression. Right. We'll tell you. At times that we want that shot over there. You know what I mean? So he was saying like that was like an automatic take if he's like you know what I mean? And I get that you got that kind of kid over there, but that's not always the case, you know what I mean? So sometimes they'll bait you into that, right? I go up and press you.
And bail. Press bail, yeah.
Right, and bail. I'm just giving you that that pre-snap indicator for you to even think about coming over here.
Right.
And I'm going to bail right. I'm going to throw you. I hope you throw the fake. I'm going to bail right to it. Or I'm going to sit off at side. I'm going to sit off at 7 and give you that pre-snap indicator and swat. I'm not going to backpedal. I'm going to swat and jump the hits. I'm giving you that pre-snap indicator. When you guys start getting corners who smart like that, Jupiter had a good guy that was like that. He would sit off at 7-8 yards and give you that pre-snap indicator, and he would not move.
He trying to spin down.
He's trying to jump. He's going to jump. He knows the safety coming over top of him. So he knows I don't have to move. You know what I mean? So you can't always understand.
We threw hits to that game a couple times, but he was just catch and hit.
You're right.
Catch and hit.
Right. Catch and hit. Right. That's what I'm saying. So you got to understand what you're looking at, what you're throwing into, and what you. That's why I say if you have a Saturday and you put those kids on there like that, that should go in the same equation of throwing the football. So now when you go out there and a kid may grade it out 8 out of 10 on the board, and he went out, he graded out a 7 out of 10 on the field, you put those two things in place, he may win the tournament.
Right.
But you get a kid who's 9 out of 10 on the field, and he was 3 out of 10 on the board, he should be nowhere near winning the, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like that kind of stuff for me that you should be.
Yeah, because it should be a board process, or on-air process, and then a verse coverage process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, you can't put them in pads and but there should be bags in front of everybody. Should be them stand up, pop-up bags. Bags gotta be in front of you.
Or hold them things that
something like something gotta be in front of you because you're not gonna stand there just on air. So so I know not to throw a slant right here, right now, and ain't no it's D lineman right there, linebacker sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? Like it just
and that's real, and that's what I'm saying. Like if all that goes into consideration, you can make then I can have a more of an understanding. Because we could put 20 guys in here right now and put them on the board. Like, oh no, he can throw the ball, but he can't play for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do this.
We got to change the system now. We really got to say this is your first read.
You can't throw out bang. You can't do you know what I mean? You can't do none of that stuff. You got to be able to do a lot of this stuff, and you can't do none of this stuff to understand how the ball need to be and where things need to be at. And that's kind of what I'm saying. So you can look at some of them and say, yeah, I like him because of what he did. Okay, but who he played against first? Who was his receivers? He may have great receivers already. Is most of his ball just hitches and the kid just running for 80? You know what I mean? What kind of O-line he has? Do he have the greatest O-line in the county or in the state? He got all day to throw the ball. You know what I mean? All that stuff you got to take into consideration, to everything.
That should be another thing as far as just talent evaluation when it goes to the quarterback, man. Like, okay, if let's say if I'm running the opening, I should be able to go to the trench guy or whatever, the 5-man trench guy, or whatever, and say, hey man, look at Lake Mary. You know anything about O lineman? What kind of O lineman they got? You know what I'm saying? Look at you insert a high school, look kind of O lineman they got.
Right.
So I know this. So if they say, hey, these linemen they're okay, but they ain't great. Okay, so he's doing that with a okay line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's doing that with a bad line, really?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, he's got this one tackle, he's good, but the rest of them ain't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
That's what made Minster so good at Duke. He's second leading passer in NCAA with Duke.
Right.
Put him somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
With real line.
Yeah, same thing with that's why Trinidad looked so good.
Yeah.
He played at Ferris State and did that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think he wanted the thing up there. And he goes to Ole Miss, and you know what I'm saying? So you put him with a better situation. So I think all that got to be. And same thing with defensive backs. Same thing there. If you defensive back, okay, what kind of D-line you got?
True.
Not to knock what anybody doing. You know what I mean? I seen a kid who came out of Miami Central. He was at Palm Central first and went to Miami Central. Now he's in the transfer portal.
Oh, Williams.
Right.
Tony Williams.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not to say that this is going towards him, but what I'm saying, I'm just saying this in general, right? I get a DB, right? And I play in the secondary. But see, our defensive line, 3 of them going Division I.
Right.
How fast that ball is coming out. You see what I'm saying?
True.
I don't have to cover that long.
Yeah, true.
How fast that ball coming out. I may get a kid that goes to another school that don't have that type of D-line, and he has to cover a little bit more longer, right? So when that kid goes to school, I think we talked this early, but that kid goes to school who had to cover a little longer, and that kid who didn't have to cover that long because he had a great D-line and a great linebacker core, who you think going to pan out in college?
Yeah.
What about that Mons kid that's in Indiana right now? What makes him so good? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
'Cause that kid had a different path. Right, James Madden, all this stuff. The first play of the game, he jumps to Oregon. They start saying that Indiana was cheating. That he jumped so smooth. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Not knowing that this kid had played at that particular level because where he comes from, he had to know how to play the defensive back position.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the same thing even in high school football. What kid develop more? So you can't fake the college coaches.
Cannot.
You can't fake them out.
Cannot.
You know what I mean? So when you talk about Tmo trajectory, you talking about what Ryan is doing right now on the scale of that. You know why Ryan releases it like that? I'm talking about to the parents in the stands. Right? He was talking about he had number 14 shirt on or whatever. Hey man, 14, man, this and that. I said, Coach, I'll tell you why he releases like that. I'll tell you why he got that much sense of urgency. We don't have a great offensive line. He knows we have no ways to step. Now he do all that one clip where they show when you do all that, whatever.
Yeah.
You really won't see him do that. Like that never really reached that Ryan does. Ryan just kind of dip that shoulder and go.
Right.
Usually, right? You see the other stuff, he dipped that shoulder and go.
Right.
With that guy, he did kind of play around with a little bit. But typically, he releases like that because he understands. Ryan, before, right? He would run that slant. He'll do all that, right? Yeah. I was like, Ryan, this ain't Palm Beach Christian.
Right.
like
so you got to get there.
We are playing a team over there. That's John Carroll.
Right.
You know, they're coming.
You got to get there fast.
Right. We're playing that Glade Central. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? So he understands that. Like, you can't take that long on that slant. I need that thing to be 1, 2, 3, boom. You see what I mean? Get in there, because if not, Julian holding that ball.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because remember that he's going arrow to slant. He holding that ball. So I'm telling him, I'm like, hey man, you need to speed this process up. And that's what we work on. Speed that process up. Speed the process up. You know what I mean? So he releasing like that and doing all that kind of stuff because he understands the process is a little different. Julian, the same thing. Everything is down there in legal lab is on time. 1, 2, 3, pow, back foot, pow, 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 ball coming out of his hand. Right? He understands because of what? Those guys are coming. Right. So even when he draws back, it's a muscle memory for him. If he holding that ball, he feel like he's doing something wrong. Because he remember now, he's taking hits.
The helmet is coming off.
So this is muscle memory for me. You know what I'm saying? So I know y'all thinking like, I'm doing this because y'all telling me to do it. No. I know this hurts. What's finna happen to me?
Don't feel good.
Right. See some of his throws, when he's standing in there, the guy just, boom, you know, when he's going touchdown. So it's a different type of game. Same thing with Tmo. Tmo understands, you know, when it comes to defensive back, I got to cover longer. You know what I mean? So I'm going to play through everything. So yeah, that's why the Georgias and the Auburn's and the Bamas and the LSU's and all that, right? Because he understands that. So he understands the sense of urgency. He's not playing in other programs where you got to everybody on D-line going D1.
Right. I could just kind of
And the ball coming out
cherry
quick.
pick and wait.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. There you go. And then same thing with our quarterbacks. You look at some of our top quarterbacks in the county. When I say top quarterbacks, guys who's winning more games than not, right? Over the time since we've been coaching, I'll put it that way. Some of our top quarterbacks that winning the most games, right? Where are they going? You see what I'm saying? It's hard to kind of trick them into that because they are looking at O-line, they are looking at receiver, they are looking at this, they are looking at how much you're holding the ball.
Last two was Boca quarterback. I'm not trying to pick on y'all, but I'm just whatever. Last two, the kid went to St. Thomas.
Yeah.
Like where'd he go?
Right. That's another one.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's another one.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's another one.
You know what I'm saying? The kid they got now, where he gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Because they do look at that. Wait a minute, you got 4 guys.
Right. I'm just throwing it up.
Right. You got time.
What's the progression? What's the concept? I'm just throwing it up. I'm literally 1, 2, 3. Go get it.
And that's and I will say that's what they do help themselves with is they playing these national schedule. So now, okay, they're not just playing against real pools. They're playing against real guys.
Right.
Real, so
it helps
them. You ain't got all day.
So it balances off.
It balances them off. Yeah.
It balances
That's one thing I would say with them.
Right.
They playing a real schedule, real guys, real coming, real offers. Coming to take
and shout out to my boy, man. We talked about that. Lake Worth.
Oh,
quarterback.
Yeah.
Lake Worth we ain't do this podcast for him to go whatever he went.
We ain't know nothing. We ain't know nothing about him transferring like that. We just as a kid we admired.
Right. We did. We said that kid played so well, but the dad left too. So
So you won't get mad at us. Get mad at him.
right. He had to make a decision for his son, man. And
that kid going to go over there now. You know,
his career.
He gonna go over there. And hopefully he propels himself to whatever his goal is, you know what I'm saying? You know,
he have more help at
He have more help. He have more help over
definitely
there.
Have more help. Couple kids, man. He's one of the ones, you know. And then even with Max Brown leaving, Roy Palmer going to
St. Lucia's.
It's gonna be a battle. You got a guy there.
Yeah, you ain't got a running back too. That's gonna take some pressure off of him. You know what I'm saying?
St. Louis. Oh yeah.
Got a running back.
But not just that. I'm saying they got a quarterback there. Yeah, they got a kid from last year. A kid that left Hannah. Left Park Vista. The kid who left Park Vista. Remember we played Park Vista.
So he left
the year before.
So I'm sure
he was a quarterback.
So he left one battle to go to another battle?
Rob Palmer no battle. He was gonna be started there.
He left for whatever reason. He left
for starter position.
Starting position to go battle.
To go battle somebody. That's crazy. It's starting to be a thing now. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're leaving starting situations to go battle somebody.
Now, I guess if the battle better be with a good team that's going to project, I guess. I don't know. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Matt's leaving starting role.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how much there was a push out to. Because I'm hearing stuff it was some friction over there at Roy Palm with everything. So that could have been a push out too. But if it wasn't a push out and he decided to leave Roy Palm and go to St. Lucie and battle another kid who took St. Lucie to round 1 last year?
Round one.
So took him to round 1 last year as a junior, right? You leaving Roy Palm when you didn't even go to the playoffs, period. When the FIT, but you didn't go to the playoffs. This kid went to the playoffs with St. Louis.
Now, unless they feel like in their evaluation, because that's what quarterback parents are doing, they're evaluating system. Now, unless they evaluated the system and felt like this system ain't gonna benefit us as far as in the next level, or the players that are around me may or may not be back. What I'm hearing, whatever different stuff. They may be hearing rumors too. So they might have moved off of rumors.
Could be.
They might have felt like, hey, this kid ain't gonna be there. So let me move to somewhere where other kids gonna be at.
You're right about that. That's what I'm saying. So if it's not a forced situation, whether it's a push out, whether it's some other factors of kids maybe leaving too, or whatever it may be, if it ain't that situation and you decided to leave Royal Palm and go play at St. Lucis to go battle a guy who's already there, because you put yourself in a quarterback challenge.
Now, unless you just feel like...
Remember, they had one last year.
Yeah.
And the other kid left in the middle of the season with Somerset.
Yeah. Now, unless you just feel like you're a dog and I'm like, shit.
I don't care if you're there.
I don't care what I'm going to make him leave.
Right. Let's that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But if you don't, if it's, I don't know, it's going to be interesting, that situation. I tell you, like, that one of the ones to watch.
Right.
That's going to be...
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be...
It's going to be a couple situations. It's going to be interesting.
Now, another one down south, when that dropped, We just can't say nothing on camera. But what I'm hearing about that situation now, if that kid leaves and go to that school,
but I wonder why though. I wonder why you would leave.
That's interesting.
Because that's you. You're like you're from that area.
You the
like
man.
That's
you the man. Yeah.
But you've been from Little League. You does all that. I don't want to say the team name, but from that Little League,
you've been a man.
Goes to that high school.
Yeah.
Why were you leaving?
That's crazy.
And they played. They had a good season last year. I mean, they was
real good season.
Like
so that's gonna be interesting with that one. So I mean, that's another one. That one dropped. That's gonna be crazy.
Now, okay, so a parent of a quarterback who's either entering high school or trying to find his way in high school, because this is what it is now. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. With your mindset and your intelligence, how are you guiding that parent to guide their children? Or if you're the parent, how are you guiding your child? What are you looking for if you're like, hey, I want my kid's a quarterback. And I know he's got to play right away in high school or get to a place where he can play, so he can get to the next level. Like, what are you looking at? Like,
I'm looking at that. First, I'm looking at the structure, the organization of the program. So I'm watching that. I'm watching the structure of it. Okay, like, what is they playing? What is they off season like? What those things. I'm watching that first. That's before I even get to systems and all everything. I'm watching that. Because I need my child to develop physically first, right? Because he could be a good thrower the football all day long, but if he's not developing physically, you still ain't. Because even if you're shorter, you got to be stocky, right? You got to be right. And if you're long, you still got to put something together. You got to have a good base and all that kind of stuff, right? So I'm looking at that first, like how are they going to develop them there, right? Is it a good track program or whatever? I'm looking at all that stuff. Secondly, right? Okay, me and coach need to sit down, scheme. Whether it's the head coach, whether it's the OC, whatever. Let's talk scheme. Like, okay, what is your philosophy? Like what are we doing here, right? Because you got some that can throw the football pretty well, right? But you're running the ball 7. If you're talking about 10, you're running 7 out of 10. You're running the football.
Right.
My child on the throwing the football. Give example to a parent who talking to me at Elite 11. My child on throwing the football 15 times a game, right? Compared, Coach, your system, Julian's throwing it
every time.
He's throwing it 30 times a game. You know what I'm saying? So, but that resembles what college football is. You know what I mean? Today. So I understand that dynamic too. Like if it's a quarterback playing here at Palm Beach Lakes and he wants to play college football, I know I have to resemble what they are looking like up there, right? Yeah, I can run a system right now. We went, season 4 last year? Should have been 7-3. I know I keep saying that when I hate him. But I could put us in system right now and probably would have won that last one in Winter Haven, right? Because I would just ran the ball out. You know what I mean? Whatever it may be. Wouldn't have been throwing the ball. Right. He was up at halftime. You're talking about a 7-3, 8-2 kind of situation just based on just changing the system along, right? I remember years ago, Seminole Ridge was running wing T, right? It used to be the knock. For them, it was like, okay, you're running wing T, but these kids not going to get recruited. It used to be the knock. Remember when Dick was here? It used to be the knock. And some of that was true, some of that wasn't true. But it is hard to evaluate a kid based on system, based on if I can't foresee that kid playing in my system, like I don't know how good he really would be in my system, right? If you're playing in the flex bone and I have a B-back behind me, right? I have that B-back and we're running midline, we're running veer option, we're running stuff like that, trap, we're running all that kind of stuff, right? How can I envision that kid playing in the backfield and running dual inside zone counter? I can't see that, right? I don't know. It's hard to me to interpret that. So as a quarterback, it's the same deal, right? Is that kid actually running college and pro concepts? Is he running, is he running Z-bang S switch, right? Is he or he running S switch Z-bang, whatever? Is he running Y stick, Y set? Is he running all that stuff that he actually can look at and say, okay, we run this stuff in college. So if we run this stuff in college, I know he can make that throw. I know he can be on the left hash and not sprint to YSL. I know he on the left hash and have to sprint to throw 500, which is a comeback. I know he have to throw. He can stay on the left hash and a clean drop and throw that. You know what I mean? Without sprint to it. Because in college football, you cannot sprint and cut the field in half. That's not going to be. You can't be on film doing it in pass situation. In high school, you get away with that, right? You can sprint out and people don't really, cause how much film they watching to reduce the field. So in college football, you got 1 or 2 times to show that sprint. And running YSL or whatever. They're going to say, oh, okay, every time you sprint, you're running that concept. This is what we're going to do to that. You know what I mean? They're going to condense the field. So you showing that kid can actually do that. So when you get on the board and you're talking through that stuff with that parent and you say, okay, your son got to be able to make this throw. Your son got to be able to make this throw. These are the progressions. These are the hots. This, da, 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 da. So you're going through all of that and say, okay, well, my son fits that system, the play in that system. So that's a check. Okay. The structure is a check. Okay, boom. Then you probably want to talk about personnel. Okay, coach, who you got playing the Z? Who you got playing the X? Who in the slot, right? Then you start talking about personnel, right? Okay, does this kid face my son? Da 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 da. Obviously talking about that. Obviously, you got to talk about the offensive line. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What about this? What about that? Who's playing left guard? Who's playing tackle? Who's my son's center? What year is he? Is he a senior? Okay, who coming behind him? His sophomore year. So all those things like that, you have to also talk about as well. And then you get all the way down to your nutritious plan. So much we can control with that. But nutritious plan, because you got some type of supplement that you kind of giving the guys and what they doing, when it comes to food and how they eating and stuff like that. So you have that. And then you get all the way down to also, is he an online kid or is he on campus?
On campus, right.
You know what I'm saying? If he on campus, then what kind of classes? Do you have a 6-period weightlifting class? Do you have this? How long practice is? Okay, no 6-period weightlifting class, but
how often
we do, how often you do lift weights, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So you got to get all the way down to all that stuff. And then you get to the tail end, you're talking about scheduling, who he's playing against. You're talking about independent, that kind of stuff. Is he going to play state? Is he playing independent? All those things you got to kind of get, get checked off. And as all those things check off as you're doing your rounds, whatever, then you just take the school that you feel like check off the most boxes. Yep. But the biggest thing I think can knock some parents that they don't look at, and they all say this, Jared says it now, most people say, we've been saying it for a while now, is the whole deal of this team has won 40 games in the last 3 years, right? I want to go there. You see what I'm saying?
Just because they're
right. And then at the end of the day, it's 2 quarterbacks already there. They bring in 2 every year. You know what I'm saying? So you get to a point that you are the 4th or 5th guy there. You see what I'm saying? You're the 4th. For example, if Caleb Butler goes to Garcia way before his junior year, because when Chance went, that's when he left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, a situation of that, like it's multiple guys, because even Julian was there at the time. So it's multiple guys there. You know what I'm saying? Some guys I'm sure they had it, I don't even know. But you get to a point of like, you got to look at it as well. Do my child have a chance to come in and play right now? Because you have to play. End of the day, regardless of everything we're saying, you have to play. You can't go in there and wait till your junior year to play.
Right, you got to play.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole other deal too. So how early can he play, coach? You know what I'm saying? Like realistically, how early can he play?
That's definitely a question. Like, hey, realistically, coach, like, I understand you got such and such here. That kid gonna be a senior. Is my kid gonna be the guy and look that next year, or or if he's a 9th grade, if I'm bringing a 9th grader, like, can he? And I feel like he's a varsity kid. Can he get reps? When y'all up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You gonna get him some reps and get him some game situation, get him in there to do that kind of thing. Yeah, no.
The thing I never get. Now, again, public school coach, we can't stop anything. See, that's just kind of the deal. We can't stop. You never want to get to a point that we just talked about Matt's Griner. Right, and the kid, they already got it. I got to find that kid named St. Louis. I'm keep saying the kid at St. Louis. But you really want to never get in a situation when you stacking up in the same class, because at the end of the day, if we in opposite classes, it's totally different. So if I'm talking about this year alone, if I'm a 26 and coach has a 27 and a 28 there, that's different, right? Because we're on 2 different levels of that, right? So it's like, okay, you could obviously see a possibility of something. But if all of us in the same class, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say with the Griner situation, you know what I'm saying? Like that, he goes into that situation like that, right? I know there's nothing Helder can do to stop that. You know what I mean? There's nothing he can do to stop that. If he had 4 kids and they all 27, they went to St. Louis, there's nothing he can do to stop that.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? He has to just treat everybody equally, hopefully, and the best man wins. But I'm just saying based on the parent. If I'm a parent, like I'll be very, very reluctant to kind of do that kind of deal, because it is a tricky kind of game.
Yeah, I mean, because you want your kid to play.
Yep.
And not everybody's going to do what West Boca did. Right. Not everybody's going to do what we did in 2018. Nobody's going to do the whole multiple quarterback system, because
it's an ego thing too.
Yeah.
And you got to have 2 kids who really like each other.
Right.
So, and parents. RJ mom and Mike Morley mom both, dad both was on one accord. You know what I'm saying? And the kids liked each other. You know what I mean? So it was no animosity, was nothing like that. So when we said, Mike, let RJ go, I promise you, it's the first year that it did it like that, and it was like, it really wasn't no beef. Like, we had nobody talking about it on the sideline.
Never that was an issue.
Nowhere was an issue.
Never one time.
And we did it just randomly. Yeah. So I know they see West Boca did it, but if you put tape on, from 18,
Mm-hmm.
we did that first. You know what I'm saying?
Really, a lot of it was drive for drive. Like, it was literally drive for drive. It was drive,
Like, yeah.
you go
Like, all them when they did some crazy, we'll say, all right.
Right, yeah, Mike. Mike, come on.
Yeah, you know, you're going to run around and do all that other stuff. So,
Right.
you know, but other than that, we never like, no,
Yeah.
it was just go. You know what I mean? Type deal. So, definitely, you know, you got to have everybody. And that's why I give Russ Book a lot of respect because I didn't hear anything about, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that there. And I don't know if the other kid was coming. And the other kid found out that's why he went to St. Thomas now.
Right.
Because they would have had 3 there now. I don't know how they would have did that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, it wasn't tough.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they did it with 2, because I don't know if they even do it this year. Like, I don't know if they got 2 to do that.
Yeah, I don't know if they got 2. And 2, that kid's a senior. I know his dad's on the staff too. So,
Yeah. But I don't think they have 2.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
I mean, even if they don't have 2, but even let's say the kid, somebody comes, they're probably not going to do it as much as they did last year.
The last 2 years, right?
Because they know this kid got to go somewhere. You got to get for him. He's already won 2 state championships or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Back to the quarterback thing. That's going to be crazy to say this kid won 2 state championships, maybe 3 by the time he leaves, and he not going to whatever big time school.
And that was a long time ago. You know, that was part of the process of you going there, right?
Yeah.
What you did for your success and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I'm saying, because like you think about when you look at our top quarterbacks state-wise, where they pushing up there, because even last year, like the Northwest quarterback never won a state championship.
No,
Even him being so good, like, you know what I'm saying? Champ Mons have never won a state championship at Bureau.
No,
he's our top quarterback. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And same thing with Northwestern guy in that class. I don't know about Champ will be in 27. I remember he was
right. He was
28
there.
at
Right,
one
he was
point.
there.
So I think that's why he flipped classes, because him and Northwestern quarterback was in the same class.
Oh yeah,
at one
so
point.
like
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So now 1 up. So our 27 quarterbacks, the top 27 quarterbacks, who they have 247 or on 3 in our state, they're not state winning quarterbacks, right? The one, James Perrone, that's down in that's transferred to Miami Central recently.
Yeah.
But was at Southridge.
Yep.
He never won a state championship.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so that's what I'm saying. So those guys have never won it. So it's like, again, you got to have something else to that. You know what I mean? The same thing when I say about Bureau quarterback, that he has never won it. You know what I mean? He one of the top guys. And I want to say the same thing with Coco quarterback. I want to say he's 27. The one left Spanish River.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He never won it. And then, like I said, in our county, same thing. I mean, our top guys, you know what I mean? I guess you put Morant somewhere in there as our top guy.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? So who?
Pedro, he's somewhere in there, and he never won state.
28, right? Pedro?
He's a 28.
He's 28.
Never won state. So Max Grinder's one of the top guys. Never won
Julian
state.
27. Jordan 27.
Jordan never won state.
Moran 27. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It really don't come with that. You know what I mean? And like I said again, we probably, even the kid Lay Worth, you know, obviously.
He ain't won state.
He never won state. I don't think that kid have never had a winning season.
I don't think they never had a winning season.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for the level he played at, you know what I mean? I don't know who Garcia going to have. I mean, they got to.
We played him this year, right?
Which one?
This?
Yeah.
So that's one bad game on the schedule right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a bad game on the schedule coming for him. You know what I'm saying?
We got to visit the boy. But definitely, so you look at that, you know, and same thing with Jack down in St. Andrews. You know, he's one of the guys as well. You know,
I guess. So is Snowman going to play quarterback at West Virginia?
That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Like, did he go there to play quarterback?
Yeah, because
he would have been a state championship winning quarterback.
He would have been. Right.
You know, now he's
the best quarterback.
The best. Yeah, right.
So, but I don't know if he's gonna, you know, and that's very interesting with them. What they're gonna do to replace that.
So, like, if you put him in the opening, he's a guy who uses his leg. Like, he's gonna
he ain't gonna just completely.
Is he gonna look his ranking without using his legs?
Think about state championship. How many yards do you think he threw for?
Yeah, not that many.
Probably less than 100. Right? You know what I mean? Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't go and light it up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Lamar Jackson ain't never won a state championship.
Never won.
You know what I'm saying?
He probably had a winning record.
Yeah, they had a winning record. Because the last year they won because they kept running in Miami Central.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but never won a state championship. Mm-hmm. But, you know, those kind of kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's that.
In Florida, Florida is different.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is.
Other states,
because you have so much. First of all, we'll separate those schools from Florida. those quarterbacks are in year-round system like college in Georgia and places like that, right? Bama and Texas and Louisiana. They're in year-round situations, right? And this is the problem I got, because a lot of our kids is almost substituting the work to go do 707 to people that they don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That doesn't help you at, when it comes to colleges and success and stuff like that, right? Because you're still throwing the ball in the shorts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you never get to a point that you're substituting your work, like developing your body and stuff like that, get on the board with your coach. Because think about it, you're going to these 707s, you want to play with them that day, you don't even know the people. And they holding up a card. And he's telling you, all right, yeah, he's doing this, he got it. You just see in line, right? They're not really going through no progression, right? They don't got that card behind their back and say, okay, look, man, we finna run watch stick. All right, and if the apex kind of buzz outside to the Y, you come back inside to the H. Now you may have a whole shot at that corner sit. That corner sit, you're not talking to him like that.
If you're gonna take the shot, keep the safety on this
right.
Way.
You're not talking to him with your hand behind your back. You know what I mean? Now you got to show that card and say it. And once you put that card up, you could talk to your blue in the face. I'm reading the card. I'm not even paying attention to what you're saying. I'm just looking at the design.
And it's always two safety high.
Right. You know what I mean? Or two man or something, right? So really, I think don't substitute it. You know what I mean? I get that you want to do it, or to have fun, that kind of stuff, but don't substitute what you're doing to develop. And I think a lot of time with those quarterbacks in other states you're talking about, they're developing year round. Now they still do stuff like, Camden team or whatever, but they still developing year round.
I think that goes for all positions. Don't substitute your development for 7-on-7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I put that in our group chat. I was like, listen, man, we working out. We work out. Like you don't need to practice. You don't need short practice. They can hold the card up.
That's all they doing. That's all they doing.
It's like you don't do zero time should you miss anything we doing to go to 7-on-7 practice.
To do that.
You know what I'm saying? On the tournament, on its own tournament, go out there and have fun, do it all out.
Right.
Put on the show.
Right.
But Monday through
don't lose don't lose your development because of that. Because like I said, I think a lot of those guys are in those systems. Then now also those guys are in the middle school system that runs the same thing as the high school.
That's true.
So they are running that completely the entire time.
That's true.
You got guys out there that's doing all that other stuff with 7-on. They in between it going to different schools. They still in the high school portal. You know what I mean?
They're
out there shopping. Really.
Right. They out there shopping.
I like every quarter. What school you play at, bro? Okay, I'm talking to your coach. I like how you run your route. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what they doing.
That's exactly what they doing.
And that's where I get going back to that again. The high school coach can't control that. Because like I said again, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of high school coaches that have their assistants run the 7-ons and stuff like that. So they are working like that for you. I get that part. But for the most part, you got the ones who break apart. They're probably playing with that 7-on-7 team, but it's not going to that particular school.
Right.
That is like the kids are building their relationships. Hey, bro, what school you at? Oh, no, I'm at this school. Hey, man, you need to come to my school. We got me. He play receiver. He play tight end. Come play with us, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can throw it. You already out here with us now. You know what I'm saying? So you have that as well. There a lot of that going on too. So you got all of those things that are in the mix. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about this off season right now, all those things are in the mix. These things are happening. And then when you get back on the Tuesday, which is tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday, whatever, and it's like, boom, like, okay, so just transfer here. Like, you got to know the back history of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a history of a lot of stuff when kids move around. They ain't just doing something just out of the blue.
Right, yeah.
It's something going on.
Talking to somebody.
It's a history of it. It's a real timeline of this stuff.
Especially the 7-on-7. So what you just outlined is literally exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you should come out, man. Come on, man. You don't need to be there, man. Y'all ain't win no game no way. Y'all come on.
They like that at Elite 11. They like that at the Nike. The parents are, I'm talking about literally, like you got coach, I mean, they really, listen, ain't no hiding it. They sitting with the parents. I'm talking about, bro, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a different game in Miami.
Yeah.
They ain't like Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Palm Beach, you sitting there like, all right, you can't say too much to me, bro.
Right.
To the people over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's Palm Beach. They sitting with the parent. See, this is what we saying. See, that boy out there, man, in our system, he ain't gonna be throwing that ball over like that. Yeah. See, with us, he'll be hitting that ball because we work every single day, Mom. I can tell he ain't been developed by the people down there. I'm telling you, bro. Like, they don't even hide this, man. I'm telling you, bro. When I say down there, it's different. Coach, I had called and told you. I said, bro, you got styles down here. Like, people got their styles down. It's almost like, what put me in mind of? The NFL Combine.
Oh yeah.
When your whole staff is there,
Because evaluating that kid. Yeah.
their staff's down there. And I don't want to put the coaches out down there and they like that. Be specific telling you who the people were, but you got staff. They only come out one gate, so they go in this one gate. They come out this gate.
Yeah.
All the coaches are by the gates. I'm up in the bleachers. I'm wondering why all them hung up by the gate. And I put two and two together. Like midway in, they got to come out that gate. So I was like, oh man, this where it's at then, the gate. So, bro, I'm talking about, listen, you always, around and tore it up. You already know they're gonna be all over.
No, of course.
You know what I mean? So you know how that goes. But it's like, man, like they don't even care, bro. Like, bro,
he probably like, that's your head coach. You better come over here.
Yeah, it's a different game. I don't know if the head coach standing there or not. Coach, I'm talking to him. Yeah, like, I don't care what you got going on.
You're right.
Yeah, real. Like, you know,
Palm Beach, they gonna back.
I see Coach Tmo, so I ain't
gonna say nothing to him.
Yeah. Down there, who him? That's your coach. Oh yeah, but like I was saying, man. Yeah, man, it's a different kind of game, bro. Like, it's a different kind of game. I mean, they do it on a different level down there, man. It's real.
I know. I was at the 7-on-7 tournament.
Yeah,
they that's what they do.
It's crazy.
And you can come to my school. I just got hired at such. You can come over there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a head coach of a school. I would say, but
bro, why don't have that more security at them things though? 7-on-7, bro. It's getting crazy, man.
They charge $25 to get in there too.
Oh, they charging now?
Yeah, man, $25 to get in there.
They charge people to watch this.
No, listen. $25. That's how much you got to pay to get in there.
That is insane.
Yeah, and it was packed. So they had
$25.
$25. Yeah, every person coming there.
God, that's wild, man.
It was packed. They made buku's amount of money out there
to watch a 7-on-7 game.
Yeah. $25. Yeah.
Oh,
and if your name on the coaching list, even if you with the team, you got to pay. So if your name on the list, you got to pay.
Because they probably don't give you about 2 coaches.
They only give you a couple coaches, right? They got to give you a coach's wristband so you get in there or whatever. And then they only got a certain amount of players. So I think you only get either something like 20 players or something you can only put on your roster or whatever. The rest of them.
And they charge them too, like what, like $450 probably?
Yeah, they charge to get in the tournament.
God, they killing it.
No, they made a bank.
So they can really.
They should have had enough money to get security.
Law enforcement out there, yeah.
Yeah, they should have enough money to get security out there.
Yeah, they got to do something.
But yeah, 7-on-7 just become too much of the antics. You know what I'm saying? And me being down there,
slapping kids. And all.
Yeah. When I was down there, I was just seeing all the kids. When the kid made a nice catch, and everybody run over there. That let me know, like, okay, this is why I kind of stepped away from. Like, I don't.
They run on. You know what I'm saying? The kid who got mauled, so they run on the field over him.
Different teams, not just that team. Different teams, multiple teams running all the way and doing all that, jumping up on the kid head. Like I'm talking about a team that's just watching. They running on the field with their camera.
That's crazy.
And it's so like so we was playing down one field, and then the kid get mossed over the next field. I'm talking about you see 40 kids. I turned around. That's when we called about the fight. Yeah. So I was like, I don't think it was. No, I was there, but I seen them run over there. 40 kids, all rushing, jumping around on all those kids.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. I was like,
there's no way I could be out there playing and trying to take this thing serious, and that happened to me. What back in them days?
Yeah. That's how niggas get fight.
Yeah, I'm sure how the fight started then. The one that's on social media now.
Because they get like I think we said before. We talking about how these kids is a very disrespectful generation. They get in your face. Like nigga, like I'm talking about then other
pointing.
Like, oh my god, man. Like,
but that's what I tell them that. So I say, so you create all them bad habits, right? Mm-hmm. And we get to the season, and then you tell me, go shake the hands. I'm telling you, like that's what. See, the thing about it is, when you doing stuff with the high school team, it's some sort of consequence for that,
right?
You see what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. So when we in the summertime, we at University of Miami doing 7-0, they not doing all of that up there.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? They're not doing that kind of stuff. Nope. That's not. So kids know when to do it, don't want to do it. Right. They do only with the 7-on-7 team. Right. They're not doing that in a regular team setting with 7-on-7. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely ain't the whole team running out there. It might be one kid do something, but even then, that's mild compared to what they doing out there.
What they're doing right there. And then what they're wearing the pajama pants and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
The kid be too disrespectful. I'm just looking at it like, man, let me get a
That's it, man. I'm telling you, man. And as an adult, they be arguing with the coaches and all that, kicking the ball, the interception. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of disrespect for them.
The coach hold up the route. The kid was at a corner. He ran a post. Man, coach, man, I don't know what you talking about. I was open. But we had the quarterback. The quarterback was rolling this side. If you'd ran the corner, you would have came open. I think I seen now. I don't want to run the post. that right there just drove me crazy.
Oh my God!
But all right, you
I couldn't
ain't
do
play
it.
no more.
Yeah, I can't do it, bro.
So,
No, I can't
don't
do
worry
it,
about
bro.
that. You don't play no more.
But I give them guys a lot of credit, but I don't have the patience for it, man.
Yeah, I don't have the same love for it and the same patience for it and the same energy and disliking for it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was there the whole time I was thinking about like, damn, how many more games we got left? You know what I'm saying?
Because the kids were more respectful back then too, though. Like they was
it was different.
You know what I mean? They listen to you. Now these kids, you getting these kids who probably getting recruited by most schools and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They not listening to what you telling them to do. Nah. They care less.
But before we go, tonight, man.
Yeah.
I got my money on. Like, am I gonna get it back? Am I gonna win? Tonight, the night is official that the U is back.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. And it's the thing that I'm saying about this game. First, they're saying stuff like Indiana. This may be the best Indiana team ever, or not Indiana, but the best college football team ever. Like they put them in comparison to that.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, that's what they're saying about this Indiana team. Like
Indiana team.
They said we got to start having conversations because of what they're doing to people. That it's got to be one of the greatest teams ever, right? Because they were talking about 2019 LSU. Like, why are we not comparing that team to this?
Because it's not the same.
That's what my opinion. So they're saying about the Indiana team. If they complete it, this one of the best teams ever. Da, 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 da. Okay, I hear that. I almost like Miami need to show up. Like the Indiana team just loaded from top to bottom. They blowing everybody out.
Spread like 7.5.
Right. Like Miami don't even need to show up at the game. That's the first thing. Second thing is Miami has been disrespected pretty much every single. I'm not even talking season, yes, but every single game.
Yeah.
They went into the Texas A&M game. People say, no, there's no way Miami ain't supposed to be in there, actually. So there's no way they beat Texas A&M.
Right.
They beat A&M at A&M.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't even play them in a neutral site. Beat them at A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State. Man, there's no way they're going to start. Julian Samuels up for the Heisman, Jeremiah, how they going to block that front, all kind of stuff, right? Completely disrespectful to Miami, right? Miami went in there and beat them by 2 touchdowns, right? 24-14. They didn't get an Ole Miss. Trinidad did, Scramble did. I don't know how Miami going to get to him. Like, he going to be able to slow down that pass rush because they won't be able to get to him. Right? He receiver, Lacey, number 2 kid, I mean, all the different things they were saying, right? Miami went in there, you know, in the Fiesta, dogfight game, but Carson up going down, beat him. Because they say Carson Beck can't win a game for Miami, right? He's liability. And beat him. Now they go into this game, and it's the same type of conversation. Miami supposed to be here. Indiana a little strong, and they're blowing everybody out. All the other stuff they're doing. Cinetti's the greatest coach ever. So all these things, right? Even Cinetti, very cocky. You know how he responds to people, how he talks to people. You know what I mean? He doesn't really, you know what I mean? He has that, like, it is what it is, right? So you have all this stuff going on, and then on top of that, then Miami still gets some more negative publicity because of the whole thing with Duke University. Or Miami's ruining college football and all that other stuff. So you have all this stuff going on, and Miami players and coaches saying the same thing every single time. Man, too much talking on the net, get in the field and do something. They've been saying this an entire year. We ain't doing too much talking. We finna just play. And Mario built this thing right. And I think it's easy to look at film and say, you know what? Like, no, I think we got a chance because they do this, they do that, do that. Until you get on the field and you actually have to block that front four. You actually have to deal with Keontae Scott in that nickel. Yeah. You actually have to deal with Wesley and all the boys at back in that secondary and Fresh Reek and all the other boys that got Lucas and Porzer and all. It's a lot of them. Then on the other side of the ball, yeah, you could say, okay, it really ain't, their system ain't that tough. Like, okay, in a third and distance situation, watch the screen to Malachi in the slot. They run a lot of different screens, how they move him around and run and stuff like that. So watch the field screen, watch the boundary screen, watch those things, right? Downfield, I think we can contain them. Yeah, they run a couple of digs here and there. They probably hit you for a shot. They're going to throw a flea flick in there every now and then. Offensively, they're going to run duo, right? They're going to run duo a lot, right? They're going to run inside zone with Bluff coming back. They're going to run that a lot. Sometimes bring him in motion, run Bluff. Sometimes he stands still, run Bluff. They run duo with an insert. They bring. Matter of fact, they insert the receivers. Don't even insert the. So I know how to messes up a defensive personnel ID indicator because when you see 10 personnel, you're thinking more run, right? They're getting a condensed bunch set and insert Malachi on a mic. You know what I'm saying? So I get how they, I get how they're looking at it, how they can be difficult, but I think when you look at them on paper and you look at them throughout the year, you'll say, "Oh no, they really ain't that tough." But when you get on the field, I just think the way they play, man, is tough, man, because they do more like back breaking kind of plays.
They're brawlers, man.
Yeah,
They're aggressive.
It catches you. Yeah, it catches you, man. And I think about a few plays. You play A&M, the backbreaker, when Ruben Bain blocks the field goal early in the game, right?
Right.
They play Ohio State, obviously. Keontae Scott picked 6 on the bubble, right? But you also had the first play of the game when Ruben Bain and Mezzi met at the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
First play of the game. You know what I mean? So those like kind of like, oh, this is different.
Like,
right.
All right, hold on.
Ole Miss, just the entire first half. They just controlled the ball.
Most of the game they controlled. Ole Miss they had plays that just kept them in there, but like really the game, Miami really dominated the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just a couple plays here, there. They just
and then that first touchdown that led to Carson Bent run was that like a backbreaker, but they responded. But the one with Malachi Tony
one, that was just
it was crazy, right? So it's like always, and then you also could put that big run from Fletcher to Texas A&M. You know what I'm saying? So they have a few of them like that, but I think when you look for those 3 or 4 plays throughout the game, I think you'll see the same thing in Indiana. You're gonna be 3 or 4 plays. You're gonna say, you know what? That play right there was the one that kind of got them in that position. I think Miami will win the game. I think it'll be somewhere around what Ohio State game was. I think it'll feel closer than what it was, but I think it'll be that kind of 24-14 type game.
And I think so too. I think Miami's. I think this is gonna be nothing but used all on the internet.
Oh my
God! By the time they
let us win this one, bro. Like,
I don't want to see what Michael Irvin gonna look like after this game.
Bro, it's been 20-some years. You let us win this one. The narrative stops. The narrative stops. Like it's been every year. Yeah. Y'all got the talent, man, but y'all didn't do nothing. 20
No, you was back after you win this. You was back.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you was back. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what a lot of times people don't want to see, man. Certain programs, you don't want to see them get back, man. You know what I mean? It's like Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? Miami. Like, you really don't, because most people who watch football don't even know that time.
Probably want Nebraska.
Nebraska was good. And like, you don't understand, like, that sea of red, like, it was crazy. Right. You think Indiana.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. No,
Nebraska was the first school. Like, you know what I'm saying? That sea of red. And, but it was different, man. You know, it was different. So Miami's another one, man. Just like, they don't want to see, like, Miami fans, I'll put me in that, but they shit talkers. And they've been shit talkers without, you know what I'm saying? Without winning.
Yeah.
And you couldn't even argue with a Miami fan without winning. Like,
they win 4 games. They gonna talk.
Right.
Like,
so
they just won 10.
Listen, I'm talking about when you talking about a standpoint of like, you've been losing over the years. The Miami fans still be like, oh yeah, but y'all won 2, won 6. Like, they still would throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? You be like, man, hold on. Y'all won that in the 80s. It don't matter how many y'all got. You know what I mean? So Miami fan always been that way now. But now you talking about listen, we win today.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh my God, those bookmarks finna be insane. They going back years.
Oh yeah,
when Twitter first started.
It's crazy, man.
They going like before Elon Musk even took over Twitter. Well, you remember you said it? You know what I'm saying?
I said that 2009.
Right, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, bro, they won't even kill it. I'm telling you, like, they finna go back. And them bookmarks finna be crazy.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
They finna be crazy. Like they get this one, man.
No,
I seen the on 3 way too early. They got y'all in the top 25.
I see the clip. I said he's starting to grow.
I gotta start watching.
I said he's starting to grow.
I gotta see what y'all bringing.
What he's saying now?
But why would he say that? Y'all ain't had who the quarterback?
The kid Aaron Follow. He was back up at Georgia Tech. And then the kid that was the number 17, Jones, he's still there. He stayed. He's trying to compete.
But there's some reason why they say y'all.
I think that's when Lyman came in. We retained.
We won't play y'all though, so I ain't got to look at it.
We retained some receiver. We got crazy about receivers, like out of nowhere. Like all
they got y'all in top 25. So what be some y'all doing?
We'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? But I say the quarterback. The coach starting to grow on me. I'm starting to listen to him, how he talk. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
You got a good, all the staff already complete?
I think most of it is.
Yeah. So
most of it is, you know what I'm saying?
They're probably looking at all of that. That's still, because they still don't have Florida State nowhere in there.
No, because they lost everything. They ain't got really too much coming back.
That's probably what it is.
We'll see. We're Florida, we'll see next year from now. We'll see what's going on in Florida, man.
Yeah, okay. We'll play y'all. I can get y'all on the schedule consistently. So they say y'all in the top 25. They put y'all in there.
All right, man. But that's the show, man. Please like, share, subscribe, do all that, man. Yeah.